Let's try this again. I don't know. Am I live? I still don't see chat. Should be all channels. Okay, I should only be on YouTube. So hopefully this is working. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't see anybody on there. I don't see any whippersnappers up there looking at me. All right, let me try my phone this time. I don't know why it doesn't. Hi! Oh my God! I think I was in the wrong. I think I did something wrong. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh my God. Wait, let me put it on the screen. There we go. Yay. Jesus Christ. Mr. Spock. Hello, everybody. How are you? It's so nice to see you. Yeah, I'm back, I guess. I'm back. I'm back, sort of. Hi, Oomph. Hi, everybody. Wait, oops. Let me hold on just a second. Let me just check one thing. Baby, baby. See, part of me is like, oh, I really hated Streamlabs because it's like OBS. Was it set to kids content? No, it wasn't. Isn't that weird? I think I was in a different studio space. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't really know. Neil! Oh my God. It's a Lolo! Hi, meowing. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, we're back to live action. Jesus Christ. I had to change software. Is crazy. Let me see. Whatever. I know, for whatever I think I know what I did wrong, actually. I don't want to admit it really, but I think I know what I did wrong. Hello, darlings. I love you. What the fuck is a flow state? What's a flow state? Lolo and all you troublemakers. Who's a flow state? We have a flow state near? Flow state? I don't see a flow state. What do you mean fuck is a flow state? No idea. What's a flow state? What's that? What is that? Max Flower would know. Wait, no idea. Wait, she does know. Rewolf Max Flower would know. Neil. I'm like so slow. What? Huh? The sound has gone out. Fuck, Pep. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's being in the zone. Oh, in the flow. Yeah, I know that, but is it what happened to flow state? Is it me being I'm not in flow state, that's for sure. I'm in the stutter state, I guess. Anyway. Flow state is the opposite of solid state. Thank you, Mr. Spock. Welcome to your science corner with Mr. Spock. It's good here. Okay, good. Lee, maybe just come back in. Hi, Dan. How are you? Max is like, I know what a flow state is, but IDK what flow state is for YouTube. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, good. Okay, Lee. Good. Lee can hear us now. Hello, everyone. I missed you so much. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how much I missed you. And it's we're not totally back to square one yet, but you know what? Trust and believe we will get there. Anyway, we have a new set. I have to figure out how to use it again. Because I had to get rid of Streamlabs. But anyway, so yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Back again. Look who's back. Hi, Jane. Carla, lurking and working, young lurker. And we all agreed on the difficulty with jargon. Yes. Yeah, we are all agreed on that. Yes. Jargon is tough. I was just going to ask you if you missed us. Of course I missed you. Oh my God, I missed you so much. Back in sound, working again. Pepper. Hi, Teresa. I love you. I love you. I missed you so much. I missed you so much. But you know what? I think I mean, except for the little kerfuffle we just had, I think we're going to be back in business to some degree. I might have to go back up north again. I'm wanting to go back up north again, so I may be doing that. But I just want to say that I really absolutely miss you guys, and I'm going to figure out now that I've got this. This is actually very mobile system for me to use, so I'm very happy. Anyway. I'm the glue. Oh, well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of glue in this group, actually, frankly. Meowing Star is pretty gluey. I mean, she showed movies while I was tending to family issues. And I just want to thank Meowing Star so, 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 so much. Because that to me was so touching and so amazing and so heartwarming that you would care so much just to say, I'm going to take time, put on a movie. You know what I mean? Like that, it just means everything. That is just like everything about this. Like, this is the freaking community, Like, I love it. I love it. I'm the Gorilla Glue. Actually, you know who the real glue is? It's J Rance. Okay. Glue stick, glue gun warrior, J Rance. How about we're all glue? Don't be rubber though. I don't want it to stick to me when I call you something. Anyway, Meowing, thank you deeply from my heart for everything you did for the group, for the village. Thank you for taking care of the village. I'm the Liquid Nails. Yeah, the top. Yeah, the Liquid Nails. Yeah, the top. You're a glue gun warrior. North to Alaska. We're going north. The rush is on. I love that song, Neil. Don't get me started. Oh, I love you too, Teresa. I love you so much. And I know I definitely was keeping track of some blue sky stuff while I was gone because I couldn't totally disconnect. That is not possible for me. So in certain moments, I was able to check my phone and see what was happening. Hear the alien tape. Yeah, I know, Oomph. You're rubber. Yeah, I know. I know. Thanks, Oomph. Anyway. So I didn't really plan that much for this morning, TBH. I'm so sorry because I probably should have planned a lot more. But I I didn't plan anything because I was just so excited to come back. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely have some stuff I'd like to read to you, but I'm not in a super rush. So I hope you're not either. Is there anything happening this morning though that I should be aware of? Wait a minute. Maybe I should check. Hold on. Let me just check. Hold on. Let me check. Everything is just very weird now. I don't know. I'm going to tell you. It's just all very weird. What is this? Why is this so weird? Okay, I'm going to get rid of you because I don't know what's going on. I'm weird. Everything on my computer is very strange today. Okay, so we have Vance talking to the Air Force Academy. Can you imagine? I'm acetone. You're the sham. Did you know I had a conversation with Billy Squire. What was the guy's name that died? Billy Mayer, who sold not ShamWows. I think he sold something else. Billy Mayer sold something else. Anyway, yeah, I had a not a relationship. I had an online interaction with his son. I think you do know that. I think I told you guys that before. You're the flex tape. That's it. I tolerate you more than I do most people. That's true. Yes, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Max. Oh, Besant. That's right. He's on at 11. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for him. We might just wait for him. I'd like to see a little Beasley. We need a little Beasley. I only had a couple of graphics loaded into this because I couldn't load everything I have. It's just ridiculous. But I do have Mrs. Beasley. Yes, I have Mrs. Beasley. Now, I'm not as able to move things on this, which is going to be very disturbing, okay? Because you know how I am. I like my paper dolls, and I like to make people do things with paper dolls. So anyway, that's that. Oh my god. Holy shit. It's just amazing. Max getting all mushy. I know. That's about Billy Mayer. That's it. Sold that black rubber paint you apply to Eve's. Oh, well, who's the Billy Mays? Billy Mays. That's the guy. I met his, well, I interacted with his son because I told him I was a huge fan, which I am. Because we made, oh, never mind. It's terrible. Actually, I shouldn't say it. Has to do with the song. Yeah, Billy Mays. Yeah, it's Billy Mays. I'm Billy Mays. Anyway, his son is also named Billy. So there you go. Hi, peace, love, sunshine. How are you, sweetheart? It's so good to see ya. It's good to see ya. It's good to see ya. I don't even know where all the. Oh, okay. Wait. Billy Mays, Billy Hayes. Boop boop. Max is getting mushy. Wait. Billy Mays, Billy. Maybe make sure I didn't miss anything. Say it more. Billy Mays. Let's see what else happened. So what I miss? What I miss? Are we done? Are we done with this now? Are we totally done? We're done with this, right? Like we can go back to normal. Yeah, everything. No? Okay. You guys didn't fix this while I was gone? What the fuck? What's wrong with you? Who's Billy Eckstein? I don't even know who that is. Anyway, Sam Alito's son, Philip Alito, is working for general counsel in the Treasury Department. What the fuck? Well, let's check Blue Sky. Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebird. Let's see if we can actually screen share. Do 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 do. Whoa. Okay, where am I? I don't know where to put this. I don't know where to put me. Can I move me? Oh, I can't really move me. Okay, wait. There we go. I don't know what to do with this. Can I make it smaller? Oh, I can make it smaller. Okay, we'll do this. I have the welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, let me show. Oh, actually, well, this is just going to be what it is. Okay, hold on. Let's look at Blue Sky. Let me make it bigger. Okay, here we go. Tina, I like to go to the Gal Squad feed on Blue Sky and check out what's happening in the morning. Eckstein was a jazz singer. Okay, thank you, Neil. Clump hasn't gone to the great cheeseburger joint down below. Yeah, what have you been doing with your time? Oh my God. Griffey! Oh my God. Griffey and Lee. Griffey and Lee are responsible for what you're gonna see on this channel. And I am so excited about what you're gonna see on this channel that I can hardly believe it myself. Wait, where's my, oh, okay. All right, fine. Let me oh, well, let me go to my profile. Because let me show you what your friends, Lee and Jen, have inspired. Wait, where is it? Oh, Morgan Fairchild is so pretty. Okay, this is coming. Okay. You don't even know. You're not ready for this jelly. You are not ready for this jelly. Oh no, Jen and Lee. I got a dress. I got clunky shoes. I got the baby. I got the duct tape. And I got the wig. And I'll tell you right now, yes, Bobo and I are going to be filming Caroline at a protest. In fact, I'll just tell you again. I can't even hold it in. I'm so excited about it. Okay, I cannot hold it in. I can't hold it in. Okay, so I'll tell you guys. I have the complete outfit of Caroline, and I have written. I have. Oh, wait. Just wait. Hold on. You guys are gonna freak the fuck out. Where is it? Oh, I have a cross. Believe me, I have a cross pendant. Don't worry about it. Where's my baby? Where's the baby? I have the baby. Oh, wait, it's in a plastic bag. That's probably not a good idea, huh? You shouldn't keep your babies in a plastic bag. Don't do it. I got the baby. I'm going to take his tag off. I got the baby. I got the duct tape. Oh, no, it's going to be on. And then what I've done, oh, my God, I can't believe I'm just telling you everything. Caroline is going to go do a recruitment video for ICE. Yeah, she's going to film a recruitment video. And just for this bit, I've actually written a script and I'm going to memorize it. I've been rehearsing already. So come on, live, laugh, lock them up. That's about the funniest thing I've heard in a long time. I expect some LOL. Do they make those with wheels? You know what? That's what I should do is drag a big cross. Anyway, yeah. So Caroline is going to film a PSA down at the LA detention center, hopefully with guards in the background, because that's the whole point of this. And Bobo's going to film it. And we're going to mock Nazis. Just mock until they shiver. So yeah. Oh, and the wig. Where's the wig? Wait, the wig is really amazing. Actually, no, I'm not going to show you the wig because you got to see the whole thing. But I have a blonde wig. I have a Caroline wig. I have all of it. Although I have Caroline with her new hair. I don't have the old hair like this one. I have her newer hair. So we'll just have to, pretend. But yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be fucking awesome. Oh my God. I actually might need some help with the prisons are the new maternity leave. Yeah, Sharon Brown. Hello, darling. This is the way. Well, it's a way. There's lots of ways to protest. She is a great cinematographer. There's lots of ways to protest, and I respect all the ways of protesting mostly. But I am personally, I like to try to be funny. I'm not saying I am funny. I like to try to be funny. So this is my way of mocking Nazis and making them feel really stupid and small. And hopefully that's the end result. We'll see. I can't wait either. Frankly, I'm so excited. I get the dress today. I'm so excited. Yeah. So we're going after him. We're going to make them feel weird. Anyway, so other than that, that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing. I'm very excited. Let's see. What else? We're going to do trivia tomorrow night, God willing. I do have to think about, I need to go back up north to see my brother, and I want to very much. And so I have to figure out timing and kind of like schedule after that, but I will keep you posted, obviously. But yeah, this weekend, I think we're going to film Caroline at the protest, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can do that. She's great. She's amazing. Bobo's the best. She's the best. Yeah, I think it is gonna be fun. I don't know. I do what I just do what I do. Like I don't expect everyone to do stuff, but I think I'm gonna film it, and so we can edit it, and then I don't think I'll do it live. I don't think I'll do a live thing, but I think it'll be fun. Val, my desert sister, I miss you. I love you. Oh, anyway, so how's everybody been? Oh my God, everybody okay? I guess I've kind of seen you on a little bit of Discord. I haven't been on Discord as much as I wanted to in the last couple of weeks, but I'm getting back into hopefully my mode. And let's see. Gosh, I don't know. Nothing else has really happened. Let me see if there's anything. I've been watching a lot of true crime. I will say that. I don't know why. I'm not really a true crime person, but for some reason, I think I just put it on in the background and then I just let it go. And it's like, well, it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in the world. And that's probably, I don't mean to avoid stuff because I don't want to avoid things. But sometimes I need a little break. I think we all need a little break sometimes, a little brain break. So yeah, she does deserve all the mocks. Let's see. Well, let's go to the tape. I got to get used to this silly system. Well, let's see what the New York Times is saying. Oh, I am going to be reading some of the encyclical. I think I'd like to just tape it. Maybe I should read it with us, though. I might do that. I'm not really sure. Let's see. We'll see when we do that. Maybe I'll do it today. I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know, man. Not all of it because it's 42,000 words, but some of it. Okay, let's share this with you. Pope Leo is scared. No, he's not scared. He's not scared of anything. Pope Leo. Woo! What? Ah! I just want to hear him talk.
Artificial intelligence now demands to be disarmed, freed from logics that turn it into an instrument of domination, exclusion, and death. Like nuclear energy, it must be at the service of all and of the common good. Decisions about technology must never be separated from conscience and responsibility. Let's not fear artificial intelligence, but constantly keep the question of the human in play. We cannot be careless with our most powerful technical instruments.
Cofondatore di Anthropic e ricercatore nel campo dell'intelligenza artificiale, riconosciuto a livello internazionale.
Christopher Ola founded Anthropic? I didn't know that.
I am grateful to His Holiness and to the Church for taking up this work of discernment. We need moral voices that the incentives cannot bend.
How old is this kid?
Today is just the beginning.
I'm sorry.
The start of a long collaboration between those of us who are building this and those who can see what we, from the inside, cannot.
Amen. Thank
Oh,
you
really?
very much.
750 word version? Are we sure Christopher Ola founded Anthropic? Because I thought Amadei did. Oh, I guess Amadei came from OpenAI. All right, no problem. Okay. All right, no, I want to go back. I want to go back to the reality. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I'll take a look at that. That's interesting. Yeah, he is a certified. I'm going to give it to the Pope, man. Fuck, man. You're doing it. You're making it happen. You're not watching it happen. You're making it happen, Pope Leo. Go get on with your bad self. Show these guys, don't you have God on your side, Leo? Couldn't you just Neil, I lied for comedic purposes. Yeah, that's a hell of an encyclical you got there. All right, let's see here. US and Iran trade strikes, further threatening negotiations. Well, I would think it's kind of hard to negotiate when you're still bombing each other. I don't know. And frankly, I don't think they're doing much of the bombing. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought we destroyed them. Like, I thought they were destroyed. Like, what happened? Are we not? They're not destroyed? I don't get it. Yeah, the popemaxxing. Popemaxxing. Really? The video he made was powerful? Oh. The Pope made. Oh, I thought you were saying popemaxxing, which actually I think we should just make that up. I think that's a great idea. I that jump rope thing is making me nervous. Okay, prices in the US are rising at the fastest pace. I'm sorry. I'm not really trying to like, trying to laugh at something so bad, but just the fact that prices are rising and everybody's acting like, "Oh my god, you mean all this shit that we've done is, is bad? Oh, really?" Okay, let me see if I can find the Pope's video. Pope video. Oh, this is it. Okay, what is it? Oh, it's an hour. It's 2 hours. Oh, I'm kind of tempted. Many of the 43,000 words you found powerful. Oh, now I want to read it. Put in a word. LOL. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, really. Okay, let's see here. The Pope video. What? Oh, that was 2024. Let me just see what the deal is on this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll watch that. I'll watch that and then clip stuff from it. Okay. Hold on. Anything? Mm, 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 mm. Na, 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 na. La la. Scott Bessent, Mrs. Beasley, gonna come up next. Do 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 do. Okay, wait. Let me find. Oops. 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 Mama. Oh, well. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. The Holy See. Magnifica Humanitas. Share this tab instead. Magnifica Humanitas. Of His Holiness Pope Leo the 14th on safeguarding the human person in the time of artificial intelligence. Wow, this guy's like fucking awesome. You know what I mean? You said chapter 3, right? Yeah, he's not a slouch. That's for sure. Didn't you say chapter 3 was a good place? This is what Jay sent to us in Signal. Perfect. Okay, hold on. I want to go to that. Why can't I go to that? Oh my god, it doesn't let me. Isn't that weird? It doesn't let me copy your links. Oh, that's so weird. Probably want chapter 3. That's what I thought I had seen you say at one point. Great. I'll take a look at that. I don't know why. Timeout, add to reset. Oh my god. It's making me do all kinds of terrible things. Okay. Let's just play a little bit. Let's play a little bit. Here we go. Let's read some. Let's read. I'd love to read. I just wish he would take actions to stop the anti-trans genocide in the Catholic Church is engaged here in the United States through their hospitals. Thank you, meowing. Thank you, meowing. That's right. Every chance I get, I feel like it's really fucking important to talk about what's happening with trans rights because I feel like there's a bellwether. There's a bellwether when there are rights under attack. And that absolutely to me is an urgency that this world does not seem to care about. Like I don't understand it. So yes, meowing. Double tap that. Absolutely. All right, let's see what he says about this. Let me see. Can I move this? Oh, I can. Fuck yeah. Ah, ah. Made it really big. That's all. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh dear, what happened? Where's my chapter 3? Wow, I'm like technologically a poop head today, aren't I? Okay, chapter 3, here we go. All right, the grandeur of humanity in light of the promises of AI. Having recalled the principles that shine a light on social doctrine, I would now like to focus on certain challenges that profoundly shape our way of living today. The biblical image accompanying these reflections is that of a building project. On the one hand, there is the Tower of Babel, where collective efforts follow a plan that dominates and ultimately dehumanizes. On the other hand, there are the ruins of Jerusalem, under which Nehemiah's direction are rebuilt piece by piece as a project of shared responsibility. If I say a name wrong, would you just like let me know in the chat? I'm so sorry if I pronounce names wrong. It's been a minute since I've read the Bible. Okay. We are called to reflect on the great construction sites of our era and ask, what are we building? As technological development rapidly transforms languages, relationships, institutions, and forms of power, we believers must and can choose which projects to work on, and in what manner, so as to safeguard and value the grandeur of humanity that has been given to us as a gift. This is a choice not only for our future, but also for our present, since artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies are already part of our daily lives. I am convinced that the concrete way of living out social relationships in the light of the gospel is not established once and for all, but remains a task entrusted from generation. Under the guidance of the Holy Spirit, the church allows herself to be enlightened by God's word, reads the signs of the times, and creatively seeks new ways for relationships between peoples and nations to become ever more conformed to the demands of the kingdom of God. For this reason, I encourage all members of the church not to be afraid of the present challenges, but to listen to one another and firmly embrace their responsibilities in building a more humane and fraternal society. In his encyclical Laudato Si', Pope Francis denounced the growing dominance of a technocratic paradigm in our globalized world, the tendency to let the logic of efficiency, control, and profit alone shape personal, social, and economic decisions. Well, get ready, Leo. This makes it clear that technology is not simply a tool. When it becomes the standard by which everything is judged, it begins to dictate what can be discarded, reducing creation to an object of exploitation and human beings to mere cogs in a system driven toward even ever greater efficiency. The paradigm has spread rapidly in recent years, fueled in part by the expansion of artificial intelligence, cognitive science, nanotechnology, robotics, and biotechnology. In themselves, these innovations can greatly serve integral human development and the care of our common home. Yet precisely because of their power, they can also hasten the expansion of the technocratic paradigm and therefore require a new spiritual, ethical, and political framework. More power does not necessarily imply something better. In this respect, the words of Romano Guardini remain relevant. Contemporary man has not been trained to use power well. The danger of humanity becoming a victim of its own achievements was already clearly recognized by all the cynics who warned that the most extraordinary scientific progress, the most astounding technical feats, and the most amazing economic growth, sorry, my nose is running, unless accompanied by authentic moral and social progress, will in the long run go against man. For this reason, technological progress, valuable in itself, requires careful discernment of the anthropological vision that guides it and the ends it pursues. Looking at you, Peter Thiel, and your war machine, your killing machine, and your spying machine, you petty bitch. If technological development advances without a corresponding ethical and social progress, the result may be an increase in means without a growth in humanity, having more without being more. In such a scenario, there is a risk that individuals will be evaluated principally according to the outcomes they produce. Hi, Leo. Hi. I know you've been in the seminary and you've been doing your thing, but honey, that's the way it is right now. Okay, just saying. We're already there. We already bought that. Here, we must recognize another crucial aspect, which I have noted earlier. In many cases within the digital context, control over platforms, infrastructure, and data and computing power does not rest with states, but with major economic and technological actors. These entities effectively set the state with the states, but with major economic and these entities effectively set the conditions for access, determine the rules of visibility, and shape the very possibilities for participation. When such power is concentrated in the hands of a few, it tends to become opaque and evade public oversight, increasing the risk of distorted forms of development that give rise to new dependencies, exclusions, manipulations, and inequalities. Does he know that this horse has left the barn? Gets a little Bible-y again. Yeah, it's a little Bible-y. The tescrial angle. Oh, yes. That's more chapter 4 stuff. Oh, okay. Faced with this concentration, wait, did I read that? Faced with this concentration of power in the digital world, the criteria for judgment and discernment in this new situation are the noble principles of social doctrine, the inalienable dignity of the human person, the common good, and the universal destination of goods, subsidiarity, solidarity, and social justice. They demand that we assess whether the power of digital infrastructures and algorithms truly fosters participation and responsibility, protects the vulnerable, ensures fair access to opportunities, and remains directed toward the good of all. On this basis, we can now examine more closely what artificial intelligence is, the possibility it opens up, and the risk it entails. It is not my intention to offer a comprehensive treatment of artificial intelligence, nor to give an overview of the extensive relevant literature, since authoritative contributions already exist, including within the ecclesial context. I limit myself to recalling a few essential elements for a moral and social discernment that safeguards the primacy of the human person, in order to ensure that it will always be human intelligence with its conscience and freedom that guides technical innovations and responsibly determines their use and limits. Wait, this is going to be awkward. You mean the whole thing that he wrote? I'm going to tell you, this is like, ugh. It is appropriate to preface this discussion with two considerations. First, any statement that regarding AI risks becoming quickly outdated, given the remarkable pace at which these systems are developing. Second, all of us, including those who design them, possess only a limited understanding of their actual functioning. Indeed, current AI systems are more cultivated than built, for developers do not directly design every detail, but instead create a framework within which the intelligence grows. As a result, fundamental scientific aspects such as the internal representations and computational processes of these systems remain at present unknown. There thus emerges an urgent need for a twofold commitment. On the one hand, a deepening of scientific research. On the other, the exercise of moral and spiritual discernment. The Bible-y parts. Oh, gotcha. Well, yeah. That's his job, right? He's the Bible guy, so he's gotta quote the Bible. I guess. I don't know. I mean, that is the whole point of it, isn't it? I need to smoke some weed though, but I will in a minute. Sorry, Pope Leo. I won't interrupt your encyclical to smoke a bunch of joints. It is not possible to provide a single comprehensive definition of AI. What can be stated, however, is that we must avoid the misconception of equating this type of intelligence with that of human beings. Oh, well, honey. You need to watch that documentary. These systems merely imitate certain functions of human intelligence. In doing so, they often surpass human intelligence in speed and computational capacity, offering tangible benefits across many fields. Yet this power remains entirely tied to data processing. So-called so-called artificial intelligences do not undergo experiences, do not possess a body, do not feel joy or pain, do not mature through relationships, and do not know from within what love, work, friendship, or responsibility mean. Nor do they have a moral conscience, since they do not judge good and evil, grasp the ultimate meaning of situations, or bear responsibility for consequences. They may imitate language. That was a really powerful statement right there. Really? Oh, you were surprised by the Bible citation free chapter. Yeah, that's interesting. But this is interesting. Okay, let's read this again. So-called artificial intelligences do not undergo experiences, do not possess a body, do not feel joy or pain, do not mature through relationships, and do not know from within what love, work, friendship, or responsibility mean. This is the part that really got me. Nor do they have a moral conscience, since they don't judge good and evil, grasp the ultimate meaning of situations, or bear responsibility for consequences. That's really the point. This is really, really the point for me, that there's not the same complexity in a computation as there is in a human. Now, do the AI people believe that they can build those distinctions? Do the people in AI actually believe that they can build that kind of system that can possess some of this, or that, like, that's a really good question. Like, where does the and these are all like qualitative words, right? Right and wrong, good and bad, all of those are qualitative. So how do you teach a computer what is the qualitative parts, right? And at the same time, I think, okay, well then, is this a good thing because it will take out the human emotion part of it and the bias or whatever? In a perfect world, does it remove the bias? And then do we have just a, kind of what's that guy from the Bible? Who's the guy that cut the baby in half? Who's the guy who cut the baby in half? Solomon, King Solomon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, I'm kind of struggling. They have an entirely different conception of what people are and how minds work. That's a really good point. Wow, this is really good. Okay, they may imitate language and behavior and analytical skills, or even simulate empathy and understanding. There you go. That's another thing. But they do not understand what they produce, for they lack the effective relational and spiritual perspective through which human beings grow in wisdom. They lack a soul. Is that what he's saying? Like, is this the concept of the soul? I know it's getting heady. It's getting heady here for what is it? 9:30 on a Thursday morning. But you know what I mean? Like, is that... Hi, Lee. Welcome back. We're just getting deep into AI and Bibles and shit. But you know what I mean? Okay. No. They may imitate. Okay. Even when these tools are described as capable of learning, their way of doing so is different from that of a human person. That's also a mind blower. It is not the experience of those who allow themselves to be shaped by life and grow over time through choices, which I imagine these guys think is a fail, right? Like, if you're just kind of muddling through as a basic bitch human, they probably feel like, oh, you're just not even, like, you're not even living, like, it's so interesting. This is very interesting. Even when those tools are... Rather, it is a form of statistical adaptation based on data and feedback, which can be very effective, but does not imply inner growth. Man, this guy's fucking smart. Can I tell you that? The smarty. In light of what has been said, we can better understand why AI can be a valuable tool, and at the same time why it calls for a measured and vigilant approach. In recent years, its private use has expanded significantly, prompting growing reflection on both the opportunities it offers and the risks tied to its rapid spread. In personal use, 3 aspects in particular deserve careful consideration: the ease with which results are obtained, the impression of objectivity, and the simulation of human communication. The speed and simplicity with which information, complex analyses, media content, and practical assistance can be accessed undoubtedly makes life easier. Yet they can also encourage excessive reliance and the search for ready-made answers, and weaken personal creativity and judgment. The apparent objectivity of the responses and suggestions these systems provide can lead us to overlook the fact They reflect the cultural assumptions of those who designed and trained them. We can overlook the fact that they reflect the cultural assumptions of those who designed and trained them with all of their strengths and limitations. And boy, ever do they have limitations. The artificial imitation of positive human communication, words of advice, empathy, friendship, and even love can be engaging and at times genuinely helpful. However, for less discerning users, it can also be misleading, creating the illusion of a relationship with a real personal subject. Yep. I mean, how good is it? Because if it's, no, I'm just kidding. When words are simulated, they do not build the illusion of a relationship with a real personal subject. When words, they do not build genuine relationships, but only their appearance. The artificial imitation of care or support can become particularly risky when it enters contexts where real relationships and emotional bonds are lacking. Here, the danger is not so much that a person may believe that they are communicating with another person, but rather that they may gradually lose the very desire to form genuine human connections. Oh, Leo, that's already happening, honey. They're called incels and they sit in their basements. The reason AI doesn't have a soul is because the developers of AI don't have a soul. There you go. Right, Neil. That's right. Okay, let's see. Broadening our perspective to the use of AI in society, we see that it is now embedded in the decision-making processes across many sectors and at multiple levels in communication, management, and control. The gains in efficiency and the potential to improve certain services are clear, yet rapidly and uncritically adopting them exposes us to a range of risks, including the tendency to overlook the environmental impact. Current AI systems require enormous amounts of energy and water, significantly influencing carbon dioxide emissions, and place heavy demands on natural resources. As their complexity increases, especially in the case of large language models, the need for computing power and storage capacity grows too, which requires an extensive network of machines, cables, data centers, and energy intensive infrastructure. For this reason, it is essential to develop more sustainable technological solutions that reduce environmental impact and help protect our common home. Wait, do atheists believe in souls? The concept of a soul is vague, unmeasurable human invention used to feel special. Well, I think it's because you think like, does anyone think like me? Like that's what I think a soul is. You know what I mean? It's not spiritual for me. Are atheists okay? Yeah, we're fine. Thanks. Thanks for asking. No, I just think of a soul as something, kind of it's kind of a mind heart creation, it's like all the emotions. That's what I think of a soul as, but I understand that's probably not the real definition of it, so I'm willing to give that one up. But struggling with notion of simulate words, but it is provocatory wise. Wait, where am I? Okay, there we go. The use of AI is never purely a technical matter. When it enters processes that affect people's lives, it touches on rights, opportunities, status, and freedom. Important and sensitive decisions concerning employment, credit, access to public services, or even a person's reputation risk being fully delegated to automated systems that do not know compassion, mercy, forgiveness, and above all, the hope that people are able to change, and can therefore give rise to new forms of exclusion. There are clearly harmful uses, such as the manipulation of information or violations of privacy. Yet there is a subtler danger, for when AI systems present themselves as neutral and objective, they end up reflecting and reinforcing the stereotypes or ideological bias of their designers and developers. Yeah, I know. Just being a decent human being is good enough for me. I mean, yeah. Indeed, entrusting an algorithm in practice with the power to select who is worthy or not without anyone bearing responsibility for that judgment. Hi, Sam. Hi. Hi. This is what it's about. Sammy. It's about Sammy. Cat break. Hi. Oh, hi. Hi. I love you. I love you, kitty. Let's see. I know, sweetheart. I know. This is important. You have to listen to this, Sam, because this is an important part. In this process, political responsibility is also lost, not just empathy towards those excluded, which can, after all, be simulated. The exclusion of the vulnerable becomes cloaked in a veneer of neutrality and objectivity, against which it becomes difficult to raise objections. In this way, injustice goes unnoticed, and compassion, mercy, and forgiveness, understood not as mere appearances but as real political actions, gradually disappear from view. I think that's actually happening now. I know, Sammy did miss me. Actually, Gus really missed me. Gus was despondent when I was gone. My son. From this follows a simple but compelling consequence. We cannot consider AI to be morally neutral. Boom. There you go. Record scratch. If a system is designed or used in a way that treats some lives as less worthy or excludes them without the possibility of appeal, then it is not merely a tool to be used well, since it has already introduced criteria that contradict the inalienable dignity of the human person. For this reason, ethical discernment cannot be limited to asking whether we are using a system for good or bad purposes. It must also examine how that system is designed and what vision of the human person and society is embedded in the data and the models that guide it. This is the most important part. Well, not the most important part, but this is an important part. That's really important. Yeah, this is a good quote to use when petitioning for gender affirming care. Yep. For AI to respect human dignity and truly serve the common good, responsibility must be clearly defined at every stage, from those who design and develop these systems to those who use them and rely on them for concrete decisions. In many cases, however, the internal processes leading to a result remain opaque, making it harder to assign responsibility and correct errors. This is where accountability becomes crucial. The possibility of identifying who must account for decisions, justify them, monitor them, and when necessary, challenge them and remedy any harm caused. Calling for prudence, rigorous evaluation, and even at times a slower pace in adopting AI does not mean opposing progress. Instead, it is an exercise of responsible care for the human family. This need is all the more urgent given the frequent imbalance between the speed of technological growth and the slower development of awareness, norms, safeguards, and institutions capable of governing its effects. I mean, I want to say something here. So this is to me one of the pieces, this thing about pace, right? And this, when we watched the AI doc the other night, they talked a lot about, well, we have to go fast and break things because the Chinese, because the Saudis, who we just gave the chips to. So I don't know why we're complaining about the Saudis, but anyway, like that is really like one of the key issues for me. Okay. So I don't think it's possible. Okay, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's possible to tell technology and technologists to slow down. But here's what I do know. Because I worked in corporations on corporate level projects that were then rolled out to a bunch of people, right? Okay, so I worked in that world. And when we worked in that world, my job on those projects, it was in a financial institution. My job was to say, hey, if I'm a customer, this is how this new service or this new product or this new whatever feels, okay? Because my job was to represent the customer in a project that the corporation was going to roll out, okay? Does that make sense? So that is what, to me, is missing from this entire process, which is who is at the center of your technological design? Who are you designing around? You know what I mean? And so I don't think this might be spicy. I don't think it's possible to tell people to slow down, but I know it is possible to prioritize your development to include safeguards, parameters, neutrality, whatever the fuck is, like whatever the fucking thing you need to do. So it's okay to go fast when the project team going fast is thinking about human-centered design in terms of what is this tool that we're developing going to do for humans? Who's our customer, right? And their customer are us. So it would make sense to me for a project team working on a technology rollout to consider what the humans need. You know what I mean? They're trained on vast swaths of data, allegedly, though, which makes it not that small privileged class now. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a very good point, too. That's a very, very good point. That's true. Oh, this is such a good point. Oh my God. This is getting really deep, but this is very good. The sets, Oomph says, the sets are trained on vast swaths of data, allegedly, though, which makes it not that small privileged class now, but a different, larger, privileged class who have published things. Oh my God. Mind blown. Mind blown. Would imagine that includes all of the eugenics texts of 1920. Yes, that one I talks about. Yes. So again, what I say is the language, the LLM trainers, right? I think, wow, this is just like, this blows my mind. And I do think, I understand that with technology like this, this clunk of a system we're in now will also go beyond, right? It'll evolve, right? Yeah, they scraped Twitter, I'm sure, Reddit. Oh God. the Chans. Would they have scraped the Chans for the large language model? I don't really know how that works, so I have to be honest. I've not worked on an AI development project, obviously. Probably Discord, yeah. I mean, probably anything, right? Anything that's in the cloud. Anything that's in the cloud, right? I will say the AI doc was interesting from the standpoint of hearing the different adopters and technologists and leaders of AI or whatever talk about what's in their heads. You know what I mean? Oh, you have to go to an appointment. I love you, Jay. Thank you so much for coming. I miss you, girl. I miss you, girl. I get a chance. Can I just say something? I got a chance to hug Jay Rance recently. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say how. I'm just going to say that Jay Rance and I had the opportunity to meet in person, and I love her so much. All my Gmails. Scary. And our express values among the incorporated values. Probably a minority. Yeah. Facebook. Oof. Although my Facebook, I ended my Facebook in like 2007. Grace Lisa, I love you. God, I hope they didn't read my poetry. Anyway, I love this crew. All right, here we go. You know what? Let's take a little smoke break. Let's take a little smoke break. My lips are dry. Smoke. I can't even tell you how happy I am to be back on. I love you guys so much. I know, we got a hug. It was so great. I love her so much. We have the best people. Can I just tell you that? I'm going to tell you right now. We have the best people in this ether. Whatever our ether is, it is like we are the best people. We are the best. I can't believe how lucky I am. I can't believe how lucky I am to have the friends that I've made on this freaking app. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think you're all so amazing. Except for the people that hate me, but you're not saying anything anyway, and I'll probably never hug you. So there you go. Although I have hugged people that I hate because I didn't know that they were going to trick me at the time. So I probably was very nice to people that were really mean to me. But that's the way I am, baby. I'm a nice girl. Um, yeah, let's smoke for a minute. Fuck it. Let's just smoke. Hey, where's my ticker? I gotta figure out how to do all this shit. Graphics? No, captions. There we go. There's the lounge. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to use this whole thing yet. I apologize. But we'll get there. This is true. Yeah, it really is. I'm telling you, Lee. That's right. And I might have gotten to hug a couple of other people, but I'm not sure we're ready to all talk about that. But very smart people. Yeah. Wait, Grace Lisa's like, I'm done being nice. Yeah, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. I love it. I think you're all the most amazing. Pineapple Express. Hell yeah. What is everybody smoking today? What am I smoking? I don't even know. What is this? This is, oh, Jesus. What is it? What is it? I don't know. What is it? I'm not sure. What is it? Let me put my glasses on. These kids and their writing, I can't understand. Something marshmallow OG. Something marshmallow OG. Something. I don't know. Can you see? Can you see what it is? Oops. Can you see what that is? Oops. Focus. Marshmallow? I don't know. It doesn't taste like marshmallow. I will say that. Stizzy infused. Nice, Grace Lisa. Oh, here we go. Al Jazeera, U.S. sources. Thank you, Meowing Star. Breaking news from Meowing Star. Al Jazeera that U.S. and Iranian negotiators have agreed on a framework for a 60-day ceasefire extension, but it still needs Trump's approval. An MOU. Oh, interesting. I wonder what some of the concepts are. Nice is overrated. American nice is part of why we are here. Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh, I just love pot. God, I love weed. So nice. Talk about nice. It's not overrated. Weed's not overrated. Hey, share the broadcast. Hit the like if you can. That would be great. Thank you so much. Help the little show. Anyway, oh man, it's so great. I love being high. I'm going to tell you right now. It's one of the best things in the world. I'm sorry. I do recommend waiting until you're like super retired to smoke all day. But if you can smoke all day and get away with it, I'm not going to say anything. But I had to wait till I retired. Obviously. All right, let's get back to it. Magnifica Humanitas. Oh, Magnifica, you're Humanitas, baby. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I didn't know why I did that. Let me see. Oh, is this gonna work? Oh, it might. It'll work. Okay. Oh, it really moved me. Uh-oh. Oopsie. Wow. Why'd you move so high? Oh, shit. I think I was on like 102, right? 103. Yeah, no. Oh, whoops. Nope. Yeah, okay. 101. Fuck yeah. God, we're doing good. Okay. Broadening our perspective to the use of AI in society, we see that it is now embedded in decision-making processes across many sectors and multiple levels. And oh, I already read that. Dummy. 102. The use of AI is never purely a technical matter. When it enters processes that affect people's lives, it touches on rights, opportunities, status, and freedom. Important sensitive decisions concerning employment, credit, access to public services, or even a person's reputation risk being fully delegated to automated systems that do not know compassion, mercy, forgiveness, and above all, the hope that people are able to change and can therefore give rise to new forms of exclusion. There are clearly harmful uses, such as the manipulation of information or violations of privacy, yet there is also a subtler danger for when AI systems present themselves as neutral and objective. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I totally read that. already. Indeed, entrusting an algorithm in practice with the power to select who is worthy or not without anyone bearing responsibility for that judgment is to hand over the task of redefining the boundaries of human possibilities. In this process, political responsibility is also lost, not just empathy towards those excluded, which can, after all, be simulated. Hi, kitty, not puppy. Enriched uranium's discussions. Okay, wait. Meowing. Open the strait, clear mines, promise of no nuclear weapons, sanction relief, and unfreezing Iranian assets. Well, it seems like they won. Oh, Para 106. Oh, did I already read all that? I'm sorry. I think the Pope's encyclical is brilliant because now anyone can use a religious exemption to refuse it at work. That's interesting, Grace Lisa. Good point. Enriched uranium discussion set for a later date and not part of the MOU. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I guess Iran won. Okay. Good job, Iran. I mean, you know, my horse in this race is no war. So there you go. And frankly, I don't think if you attack another country, that's really the way to do it. Sorry, that's not how people should solve problems. Oh, I did read all this, didn't I? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oomph. You tried. You tried to help me, but I'm helpless, I guess. I'm never mind. Calling for prudence, rigorous evaluation. Okay, wait. Oh, this is where I stopped the slower pace. Okay. This need is all the more urgent given the frequent imbalance between the speed of technological growth and the slower development of awareness, norms, safeguards, and institutions capable of governing its effects. Well, we destroyed all of those. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you. Oops. It is not enough to invoke ethics in the abstract. Robust legal frameworks, independent oversight, informed users, and a political system that does not abdicate its responsibility are required. Oh, well. Otherwise, change will be governed only by technocratic thinking and presented as necessary and inevitable, ultimately imposing rules shaped by those who control data, infrastructure, and computing power. Wow, this is a great sentence. That's a great fucking sentence. Yeah. That's really a great sentence. We cannot be satisfied with merely calling for the moralization of machines. Again, morals seems like feelings in some ways. You know what I'm saying? Like people can slip around morals. I really, I think a lot about because I listen to chuds a lot. So I really think about if I were talking to this chud right now, what would my argument be? And it is very difficult to argue with people who are kind of hell bent on, oh God, I can't even grasp it. I can't even I really struggle with defining the way that chuds argue or, and I mean all MAGA, how they argue certain issues and I don't know, it's just very slippery. You know what I mean? I got to think about it. I think about it all the time, actually, which I probably shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. Where was I? Moralization of machines, the so-called alignment of AI with human values. Whose values? Which human? Without also having the courage to insist on a further condition, the possibility of openly discussing the ethical frameworks involved in subjecting them to shared standards of social justice. Now, there's something I can get behind. But who determines, who leads the conversation on establishing shared standards, right? Okay, wait, you can't reason someone out of a position that they didn't reason themselves into in the first place. Wait, I gotta think about that. Yeah, I know. So I guess what I'm trying to, I guess that's my struggle then, is that you can't just, it's very difficult to have that argument with people. You know what I mean? Because I mean, my arguments are basically that everyone deserves dignity and the right to exist and the access to opportunity. Everyone, even the MAGA, right? Now, at the same time, words that harm are things that people like that is something that people need to understand, that there are words that harm people and that harm is real, right? That's something. And then the other piece is that this whole, so this gets me back to the whole disinformation space, because frankly, we've already let the horse out of the barn in terms of letting people just say what is and having that be accepted as like truth. And yeah, effective altruism. Yeah, I need to understand that actually a little more. Because like I look at it as everyone has the right to exist. Everyone has the right to pursue happiness. And what is not allowed, or what is shunned, I guess, is harming people, right? Or excluding them from rights that everyone has, like the right to pursue your medical needs. Hi, macaroni, right? The right to pursue your medical needs, that is a right for everyone, regardless, right? Of, yeah, you're right. The EA, that's right. Test Grill. Man, is it time to go back to that shit? But anyway, my point is that I have a problem understanding why I, as a leftist, I guess, are so hated by the right. Because really, at the end of the day, all I want is rights for everyone. You know what I mean? And I don't understand what's so spicy about that. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. That's about counting hypothetical future billions against real people now. Well, that's something. Long-termism. Yeah, I have heard of that too. God, I have to go back to all that. That's stuff that we talked about like 3 or 4 years ago. Remember when Jim was doing all those pieces on TestGreel and all this shit? Like, I feel like we had those conversations way back then. All right. Let's keep going a little bit. In fact, as with every major technological shift, AI tends to amplify the power of those who already possess economic resources. No shit. Expertise and access to data. In light of the common good and the universal destination of goods, this raises serious concerns since small but highly influential groups, this is Oomp's point, can shape information and consumption patterns, influence democratic processes, and steer economic dynamics to their own advantage, undermining social justice and solidarity among peoples. For this reason, it is essential that the use of AI, especially when it touches on public goods and fundamental rights, be guided by clear criteria and effective oversight. Well, there's the key. Grounded in participation and subsidiarity. Communities and intermediary organizations must not be reduced to passive recipients of decisions made elsewhere. They must be able to contribute to discernment and oversight. See, this was what gets me too, because what we are experiencing now, I think, is a completely different, well, not completely different, but a much more targeted objective of the technocracy, of the oligarchs, the mag, the kind of whatever, right? Is that they have in their minds, it isn't an outcome to create something that operates as we're all assuming it's going to. Okay, so let me back up. So the fact that we have a new emerging tool, a new emerging technology, AI, I feel that there is a lot of normalizing of this as a technological shift that is for the sake of the technological shift and not for the sake of manipulating the web of accountability and justice and equality. Do you see what I mean? Like, I think when we go into let's talk about like when they invented the cell phone, you thought about it in terms of, well, the cell phone will be in developed. It will enable people to communicate wherever they are. And that is really good. For me, AI is being designed to accumulate data and accumulate influence and accumulate the information that will enable you, like he said, to shape policy, to impact people's lives en masse, right? Because of the way information is disinformation influences, So to me, this is a very different technological moment, because the developers of the technologies that we're talking about, first of all, are vast. Like they talked about in the movie, that there is 3 different people, or 3 large corporations working on, AI models. I'm probably not making any sense, and I really apologize. I hope I'm making a little tiny bit of sense. But basically, we're looking at we in the collective, as just the regular, serfs, are looking at new technology as, what can this do for us, and will this make our lives better, etc., right? And that the intention that some people assume that the developers have is just to make something that's, makes a funny song, right? And instead, the developers don't have that type of vision in mind. It's really more around, how can I gain influence and profit, etc. You know what I'm saying? So it's motivation. I don't know. I'm not really saying. Oh, you saw the opening credit. Well, it wasn't that great. It wasn't really a great kind of like show, or you know what I mean? It wasn't a great movie, but it was interesting. And I did appreciate hearing voices that I haven't heard speak specifically on this in one setting. So that for me was fine. Yeah, anyway, this is just really interesting to me. Let's see, where did I stop? Moreover is where I stopped. Okay, moreover, ownership of data cannot be left solely in private hands, but must be appropriately regulated. Well, okay, that's gone, sir. I'm so sorry. We might have had something like that, but we don't have it now. Data is the product of many contributors and should not be treated as something to be sold off or entrusted to a select few. It is necessary to think creatively in order to manage data as a common or shared good, in a spirit of participation, as St. John Paul II already suggested regarding collective goods. The principles of social doctrine offer a framework for understanding this new reality. In a world where data, computational resources, and regulatory influence remain in the hands of a few, to speak of the common good means exposing this new form of epistemic, economic, and political asymmetry, and naming the new monopolies of AI. To speak of the universal destination of goods means finding ways of ensuring universal access to both technologies and the education needed to use them. Hi, Paul. How are you, darling? To speak of subsidiarity calls for protecting the ability of communities to make choices and corrections, rather than confining their role to mere oversight after the standards have been set elsewhere. Well, sorry, that's what they just tried to do by taking away the right of states to manage their AI, manage all that shit. Now, I think they lost that part. I think they ended up having to take that out of the thing. To speak of solidarity obliges us to recognize the hidden, often exploited workers who sustain algorithmic systems. To speak of justice requires questioning the global distribution of power that decides who in fact can train these models and who is merely subjected to them. Likewise, it means acknowledging that social justice is not only a goal to be safeguarded after technologies are deployed, but a condition that must shape their very design from the outset. Fuck, man. Finally, I would like to employ the expression to disarm, which is close to my heart. Disarming AI means freeing it from the mentality of armed competition, which today is not limited to simply to the military context, but is also an economic and cognitive phenomenon. This entails a race for ever more powerful algorithms and larger data sets, driven by the desire to secure geopolitical or commercial dominance. To disarm means discrediting the assumption that technical power automatically confers the right to govern. To disarm does not mean rejecting technology, but preventing it from dominating humanity. It means freeing technology from monopolistic control and opening it to discussion and debate, therefore making it human-friendly and restoring it to the plurality of human cultures and ways of life. Our task today is not only ethical or technical, it is ecological in the deepest sense, for it concerns a new dimension of our common home. AI is already an environment in which we are immersed, as well as a force with which we must engage. For this reason, merely regulating it is insufficient. It must be disarmed, welcoming, and accessible. You're alive. Love you, Paul. Me too. I feel it. I feel you right now. I wish to address a special appeal to those who develop artificial intelligence. In one sense, technological innovation can represent human participation in the divine act of creation. Developers, therefore, can bear a particular ethical and spiritual responsibility, for every design choice reflects a vision of humanity. Just as the creator of an artistic or literary work must consider the values it conveys, so developers are called to embed values in their projects with due seriousness. This is just not going to happen. Have you seen the tech bros? With transparency, responsibility toward effective communities, and careful attention to ensuring that what is being cultivated is a genuine good. I'm going to stop there, but this I'll link this actually. Let me link this in the chat. Yeah. There's the link if you want it. Oh wow, it went to Discord too. That's really cool. That's really great. Thank you. And thank you, for reading through a lot of it and pointing out the really important parts. I really appreciate that. Oh, they're taking away search without AI? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of things that we need to be thinking about. It's really kind of crazy. Let me see if I can find, hold on, just a minuet. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. And then I'm really big and you see all my wrinkles. Their motivation is to gain power from knowledge, not to use knowledge for useful ends. See, this is my point, Neil, and I don't know how you stop that. You know what I mean? So if you don't stop it, finally nice enough to sit on the patio for lunch bonus while listening to Lolo. Lee, I love you so much, my sister. Oh, I love you so much. I miss you. You're 3 minutes lagging. Oh my God. Oh yeah, wait. It did it again. Why did it click it again? Weird. All right. Screen share. Wait, let me see. Wait, is he done? Oh, I guess he must be done. Did somebody fall? Oh no, they were hugging. Okay. Okay, they're all hugging. His speech is done. I'm gonna see where because I want to see Mrs. Beasley. Do 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 duty duty. Let's see. We've got an hour until Mrs. Beasley. What have I got? Oh, the DNC is having a rules and bylaws committee meeting. What the heck? Let's see. Okay. You know what? I hate to do this to you, but sorry. I'm sorry. This is JD Vance's commencement address at the Air Force Academy. You can't really disarm code the way you can lock away nukes. I know. This is I think the disarm section is a really interesting. He was very specific about the way he meant disarm. I can't tell if music is AI anymore. Really, Paul? I think I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Wait, Macaroni, what happened? I asked AI when they plan on taking over the world. It said we're safe for now. For now. You're safe for now. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that. What did I just do? One time, right? Okay. Hold on. I need to move chat. Where's my chat? Oh, wait. Chat. Okay. Let me move this so you can see it. I'm so sorry. This new screen is not my favorite. I can't move myself. Oh, this is the conundrum. All right. I hate to do this to you, but that's just the way. Sometimes we can't have nice things. Mance declined to run for president. What? Dan, that's not true. You would need a sweeping authoritarianism top-down org to enforce disarmament. The Vatican. No, it's not going to be the Vatican. Because then if I'm Muslim, I'm like, why does the Vatican get to say everything? What about us? So, I don't know. This is... Woo! Woo! I'm just going to watch true crime. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to. I'm going to stay fully engaged. All right. Here, I'm sorry, but here is Vice President Vance. We'll stop and mock as we need to.
To Secretary Mink for the kind introduction. And let me just say, it's real brave of the Secretary to take pot shots at the Marines while surrounded by this level of air support. I put in my remarks this morning how wonderful it is to be here on this beautiful morning in Colorado Springs. That's a note to the Vice President and the Vice President's speechwriters to check the weather before you make a big speech. That's my first piece of advice. In all seriousness, I am particularly gratified to be honored today by this welcome and this kindness. Some of the people who make it possible for me to do my job, to make it possible for me to be Vice President of the United States, are proud airmen and guardians.
He doesn't write his own
The people who run Dover Air Force Base, the people who pilot and crew Air Force 2, the staff at my house, the person who delivered me my daily intelligence briefing. They are proud to be airmen or proud to be guardians, and I'm proud to be here with you today.
That's right, Neil.
Without fail, they are skilled and brilliant and professional and kind. The very best of us, just like you.
Have a good
And today we celebrate not just you, not just the completed journey, but importantly, we celebrate something far more important. That today, you become commissioned officers and leaders of the great patriots that I interact with every single day. If they are the best of our nation, they are now under the charge of every single person who graduates from this great academy. You all should be proud, and I hope you are. Proud of what you've accomplished, proud of what you've endured, but you should also be sobered by the extraordinary responsibility our nation now entrusts to you. Indeed, so impressed am I with this group and the service that you lead that I'm hiring a member of this very class for a summer internship after graduation. So, Cadet Tay, where are you? Raise your hand. Consider this your very first meeting with the new boss. Congratulations. Don't screw it up. Now, all of you celebrate a journey that started not just 4 years ago, but decades before that. And so I particularly want to welcome the people who made you who you are. The friends, the family, the faculty, the loved ones, and of course the other distinguished guests who are honored to be joined here today. So I'd like to thank Secretary Mink in thanking several particular folks for being here. General Cruiser and Mrs. Cindy Wilsbach, thank you all.
He's an idiot.
General Chance and Mrs. Jennifer Stoltz.
Oh, really? Wow,
Thank
that's
you guys
cool.
for being here.
He's a baby boy.
And last but certainly not least, Lieutenant General Tony and Mrs. Tricia Bowerfine. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
And I should also note that we're joined by another special guest. So honored and so proud of you that we have our great Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright. Chris, thank you for being here, and thank you, your lovely wife, for being here.
What are you doing there? Seriously.
Most of all, I want to
Building
thank
a nuclear
the
reactor at
families
the
who are
Air
with
Force
us this
Academy?
morning. The young men and women we honor today deserve a tremendous amount of praise. But they know as well as I do that the seeds of many of their finest qualities were ultimately planted by all of you in the bleachers. And to our new officers, my second piece of advice is to show a spirit of gratitude above all to the people who made you who you are. That will make you better airmen, it will make you better guardians, and it will make you better leaders. When you're tired, remember the father or the mother who worked an extra shift to give you a little bit extra. When you're frustrated with someone under your command, and that will happen, remember the time a grandparent or a school teacher showed you patience and grace that you didn't deserve. To the loved ones gathered here today, we will never forget that our nation's airmen and guardians were your sons and daughters long before they were ours. So I hope you take pride in what they've become, and know this: the administration will always have your back, just as these new officers have ours.
Yes, this administration will definitely have your back, unless you get deployed to the Middle East, and then we'll start a war without making sure that you have any protections. Now, that kind of got a little out of hand, and we didn't expect so much bombing. Okay, Sam hates this part. Okay, we didn't expect that much bombing, and we're really sorry. But if you go to the Middle East, unfortunately sometimes things fall on you, and that's okay. I mean, you'll be okay because we'll fly you to Germany. Maybe, but maybe we won't, because we probably won't have enough shit left in Germany to actually help you. But anyways, don't worry about it. Okay, think about when your grandma slapped your bum. Okay, think about that. This is like Pete Hegseth slapping your bum. Slapping the bum. So Petey Pig's breath is gonna come and slap your bum if you do something wrong, just like grandma. Thank you, Scott. It really is the perfect compliment to this douche whistle.
Now, without further ado, class of 2026, you've survived the academy. Congratulations. You conquered the 6-mile ruck out to Jacks Valley.
Yeah, I
and
got
back.
cool.
You flung yourself off the 10M, or from even higher up in the rafters. You overcame Astro 310.
It's funny. You know what's really funny?
He hasn't done any of that shit. Okay, you want to know what's funny? He's making it like it's some kind of inside joke that he knows all the little Air Force Academy, hazing things or whatever it is they do. He doesn't know. He hasn't done any of that shit. He hasn't done anything in his life. Seriously. Look at this guy. He literally has not served anyone in his life. Has not done anything of material import is so fucking weird. I mean, I thank God for the paper towel. You know what? It's like, thank God Ken Paxton won in Texas. Sorry. I think it's harder to beat Cornyn than it is Paxton. I'm just saying. Like, thank God for little favors. This guy has the personality of a fucking wet paper towel. And not not a bounty, okay? I'm talking sparkle. He's a sparkle paper towel. And they break easily. I'm just saying.
Endless racetracks.
He doesn't know anything about this inside shit.
A little surprising to me.
He wrote a book about being from Appalachia when he grew up in western fucking Ohio.
Near Fairchild Hall. Now, who was responsible for setting loose the wild hogs in Fairchild Hall?
Oh, he was a Marine? Military
A
journalist?
few timid hands went up. Those are the future politicians. Unless any of the masterminds of that transgression sweat it out or fear,
Have fun, Lee.
now
That'll
is
be
a good time to
fun.
fall back on a great tradition.
I need to watch
and
that.
announce that I hereby grant amnesty to all cadets serving restrictions and confinements for Category 1 and 2 offenses.
See, this is the thing. He's acting like he's on the inside of this. He doesn't know fuck all what he's talking about.
Class of 2026. You have never passed up an opportunity to prove your gumption to the world. All of you learned how to drop everything and get to inspection-ready condition in exactly 5 minutes and 23 seconds. But beneath all the crazy stories and experiences, something serious and profound happened on this campus over the last 4 years. Over that time, this institution has been preparing you to inherit one of the greatest military traditions in the world. That's not an exaggeration. This academy has a long and storied history. It inculcates some of the finest and most timeless values of our armed services.
Okay.
Integrity.
I can't listen to him. We're not going to listen to him anymore. I'm going to get ready for I hope Mrs. Beasley's on time. I don't think she's going to be, but that's okay. That's all right. No worries. But we're going to read something else because I do have some other articles I would love to read to you. Read to me. I love it when you read to me. 0 core values. Exactly, Max. This man, seriously, he's gotten 0 substance. I'm sorry. I mean, prove me wrong. That's all. Prove me the fuck wrong. That's right. Tomorrow's Friday. And I'm pretty sure we're having trivia tomorrow. Okay. Trivia is coming back. Okay. So just get ready. You better get your trivia. You had a little break from trivia. Okay. Nice little break. But now I'm going to drag you right back into it. Okay, bitches. That's the way it's going to be. So there. We're gonna go eventually to this, but let me pull up my bookie marks. His born name is James Bowman. Oh, I think I've heard that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to read this. Oh, yeah. Okay, listen. Okay, this is getting interesting. All right, folks. Do you recall when we read about Justin's son getting all butthurt about World Liberty Financial? Okay, do you remember that? I know it was a long time ago. Lawnmower sugar. Shibboleth. Okay, let me show you. Guess what? From the Wall Street Journal. Oopsie poopsie. The UK sanctions Justin Sun's crypto exchange over Russia. Until a recent falling out, Sun was a backer of the Trump's family crypto ventures. I wonder, we should look that up and see if there's any updates on that. I will do that. There's Justin. He's looking happy in his little shiny suit, little shark suit there. Isn't that what they're called? Shark suit, the real shiny ones. I think that's what they're called. I'm pretty sure. Okay. The British government sanctioned crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun's global crypto exchange, HTX, on suspicion of supporting the Russian government. What?
Oops, wait.
Wrong one. Unsupported, placing a spotlight on a billionaire who until recently was a key backer of the Trump's family's cryptocurrency businesses. Oh my God, Justin, you know a lot. Some people think the term hillbilly is offensive to people from Appalachia. It's not. What's offensive is claiming to be one when you're not. Yeah, that macaroni I could see. That I can see. Yeah, I never really thought of hillbilly necessarily as a bad thing. I mean, I come from like Missouri farmers, you know what I mean? Like I feel like my family is hillbilly if you want to know the truth, but I don't know. I mean, they were just like sharecropper farmers. They didn't even own their own farm. My grandpa worked someone else's farm, and that's how they survived in the 20s and 30s. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay. The UK Foreign Office said HTX provided financial services to two businesses strategically significant to authorities in Russia. Well, I mean, that would be pretty much every business. A Kremlin-backed crypto network called A7 and a Moscow-based crypto exchange named Garantex. Both have previously sanctioned by U.S. authorities. The measure was part of a broader crackdown on Russian illicit finance networks that the UK government said were used as payment routes to fuel Russian President Vladimir Putin's war effort against Ukraine. Quote, if the Kremlin thinks it can evade our sanctions by hiding behind crypto networks and shadow financial systems, it's gravely mistaken, Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper said. Go get him, Yvette. HTX said it would work with UK authorities to understand the basis for the action and promptly address any concerns, adding that it was committed to full compliance with all applicable laws. We don't know what you're talking about. Founded in China, HTX, previously known as Huobi, is one of the world's largest crypto trading platforms, processing over 3 trillion in crypto transactions last year. Sun, Chinese-born and based in Hong Kong, owns the exchange and serves on its advisory board. Sun became the largest buyer of President Trump's Trump meme coin last year. Ooh. Scoring an invitation to a private VIP reception with Trump at his golf club outside Washington. I wonder if Sun ended up being steamrolled by that rug pull on the meme coin. Remember Hayden Davis and all those people involved in the meme coins and the Trumps, and the fact that he admitted that people went in and sniped the coin ahead of, right as it was, so that they could pump up the price, sell all their coin, and then leave the rest of the investors. And I just wonder if Justin Sun was on the inside of that or on the outside of that. You know what I'm saying? I love that the UK sanctioned him. Yes. Sun became the largest buyer of President. Scoring an invitation to a private VIP reception with Trump at his golf club outside Washington. Until a public falling out this year, Sun was financial supporter of World Liberty Financial, the Trump family's flagship crypto venture, spending $75 million on the company's own token. See, this is interesting. HTX was the first major trading platform to offer World Liberty's stablecoin USD1 to clients, giving the currency a boost shortly after its launch in April 2025. Oh, I'm going to follow this one. I need to learn much more about what's happening with this, because I think this guy's one of the keys to the Trump corruption. That's what I think. I think this guy has a lot of knowledge about what the dumps are doing to accumulate wealth. Just saying. World Liberty named Sun as an advisor in late 2024 with President Trump's leadership. Wait, here we go. Justin, you get a baby voice.
With President Trump's leadership, I'm excited to help make crypto great again in the U.S.
Sun posted.
Sun posted on social media at the time. Zach Witkoff, World Liberty's CEO. Where have I heard that name before? Oh, yeah, it's Steve Witkoff's son. Never mind. World Liberty called Sun a legend on stage with him at a conference in Dubai last year. See, this is... Know your enemy. That's all I have to say. Just figure out who the enemy really is. Okay. I'm sorry. Because it ain't me. All right. It ain't me and it ain't the leftists and it ain't any of us. It's these guys. Okay. They're the ones trying to fuck you and not in a good way. Sun filed a lawsuit in April against World Liberty, accusing the venture of criminal extortion for freezing his tokens over refusal to invest more money with the company. That's extortion. Yeah, I say that's extortion. World Liberty said Sun was seeking to deflect attention from his own misconduct and later filed its own lawsuit against Sun. Both suits are pending. We're going to follow those like a motherfucker. They just can we remind people that they fucking pardoned Justin Sun last year? Like Trump pardoned him, or sorry, Trump dismissed a case against him. The DOJ dismissed a case against Justin Sun. So they have him right where they want him because they can reopen that investigation at any time, I would think. Okay. Interesting. Both sides are pending. A World Liberty spokesman said Tuesday the company is held to compliance as its highest priority, and we meet or exceed industry. See, they just fucking lie. This is where disinformation got us. Okay, this is my raison d'etre. My reason for living is to expose disinformation as a key driver of discord. It is the driver of discontent. It is the driver of division. It is the driver of division. And if we do not fucking start to label disinformation in a meaningful way and speak against it with facts to get back to a shared set of facts, we will accomplish nothing. There will always be a third of the country who refuses to acknowledge facts. And that is the damage specifically done by Steve Bannon and the rest of the people in the MAGA world who created disinformation as the basic alternative reality that people have totally immersed themselves in. I don't understand. We have to do something about it. And I'm not a censor. I don't believe in censoring. I mean, I think you should censor certain things because, frankly, they're harmful or they hurt people and it's unnecessary to hurt people, right? Like, why would you hurt people? But label it. Just say this is an opinion. I remember when I was a kid, we would watch the news and the last 5 minutes would be opinion. It would be an editorial. And it was very distinct from the news presentation. Now, granted, I'm sure the news presentation could be flawed too or influenced or what the fuck ever. But I'm going to tell you right now, at least you had an idea that this was someone's opinion and this was the news. And those two things were different. And now they're no longer different. And that is why we can't have nice things. All right, let's keep reading. Oh, that's it. Okay, I read it. All right. All right, so that was one I had. Let me see. Oh, cool. It doesn't show my bookmark. That's really cool. Oops. Oh, it really doesn't show them. All right, let's see what else I had up here for us. This I think Teresa, didn't you share this? I don't remember who shared this. I don't remember who shared this, but I thought it was amazing. What tangled webs they weave. Yes, when at first they tried to deceive. Yes. All right. FBI arrests CIA official with $40 million in gold bars in his home. The only charge lodged against David Rush is that he inflated his academic credentials and obtained military leave pay worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let me see if I can also get the other thing on screen. I don't know if I can do that. This is pretty dicey. Performance warning. I think my device can handle it. I don't know, maybe not. Can my thing happen? Can it work? Share. Oh, cool. Okay, so up here is we're waiting for this really cool. Let's hope the stream holds together because I don't know if it will. Maybe I should put this on my face. Okay, I'm sorry. This is just like and I can't even move that. God damn. All right. Anyway, whatevs. Okay, here we go. FBI arrests CIA official with $40 million. $40 million of gold bars. How did he get $40 million of gold bars? How many? Wait. So if gold, how many ounces in a gold bar? Does anybody know? Let's do the math. Does anybody know what the ounces are in a gold bar? Anybody? I'm gonna look it up. Hopefully I don't get an AI answer. Hold on. Ounces in a gold bar. Wait, no, just ounces in a gold bar. In a gold bar. I'm figuring this out. I'm figuring out how fucking heavy this was to get out of the thing. No. How big is a gold bar? Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Just tell me the fucking weight. How big is a 1 gram width, length, depth? Well, how many ounces in it? Oh, 0.32 troy ounce. What's that? Is that really what a gold bar is 0.032? Those are little tiny. Oh, wait, what's a bar? No, it must have been bars, not those coiny things. No. Oh, wait, what size is it? How big is a kilo gold bar? Okay, so I don't really know. 10 ounce? Okay. 1 kilo. Well, 1 kilo of gold is worth $147,350. Right? Yeah, I know. I was thinking pound too, meowing. It's 10 ounces, I think. I think a I don't know. It's very okay. Thank you, U.S. Gold Bureau, because your website sucks balls. Okay, I'm just gonna say gold balls. That's dumb. Okay, wait. The standard. Okay, here we go. Okay. The standard good delivery gold bar held by central banks weighs 400 troy ounces. However, they come in many sizes, so I would need to know what size his bars were. I don't know. Okay, there's all kinds. There's a 400 ounce, there's a 100 ounce, there's a kilogram, which is 32 ounces. There's a 10 ounce, and there's a 1 ounce. I did not know there were so many different sizes of bars. Okay, well, I have no idea then how he carried it out of there because we don't know what size his bar was. A standard central bank gold bar weighs 27 pounds. Thank you, Macaroni. I wonder if these were central bank. You know what I'm saying? Were these central bank? Okay, we got to look. Okay, let's read. A senior CIA official was arrested last week after investigators found hundreds of gold bars worth over $40 million stashed in his Virginia residence, a small fortune that he apparently brought home from work. How do they have gold bars in the CIA? Where do they get gold bars in the CIA? Huh? How does that happen? What? Hundreds of gold bars. Hundreds. He carried hundreds out. Some men's bars are bigger than others. I don't want macaroni. Yeah, maybe he stashed it in Uranus. I don't know, Carla. Or your cooter. I don't know. You know, nature's pocket, the cooter. Nature's handbag. No, is it nature's pocketbook? I think it's what it is. The vagina. 400 troy ounces. Okay, here we go. The official, David Rush, is being held in jail while he awaits a detention hearing in the coming days on charges of stealing public money by filling out fraudulent timesheets. What the fuck? Oh, that's for taking money and no. Okay. Charging documents filed in Alexandria still leave a lot of unanswered about his recent conduct. Okay, so why? Why? Oh, they need to influence events sometimes. Oh, that's right. He got gold bars while overthrowing other countries' government. Thank you, Carla. That's probably true. And Max. Those sound reasonable. Okay. The only charge against Mr. Rush is that he inflated his academic credentials and obtained military leave pay worth tens of thousands of dollars by filling out fake timesheets. The authorities say he falsely claimed to be a member of the Navy Reserve when he was discharged. The court papers describe Mr. Rush as a former senior executive service level employee at a United States government agency. People familiar with the investigation say he, until very recently, held a senior position at CIA. In a joint statement, the CIA and FBI said the arrest occurred. I wonder if I can do this. Hold on. No, it's not tall enough. Sorry. He's trying to be Gold Bar Bob. He's Gold Rush. Get it? Okay. After a CIA internal investigation identified potential violations of the law, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Ratfucker, just referred the information to the FBI for a law enforcement investigation, the statement said. A lawyer for Mr. Rush declined to comment. A woman answering the phone at Mr. Rush's house hung up on a reporter. Don't call their house. That's so mean. I don't know. I feel like that's mean. Those people, they probably don't know what the fuck he was doing. From last November to March, the court papers say Mr. Rush asked for and received a significant quantity of foreign currency and tens of millions of dollars in gold bars for work-related expenses. He asked for these and he got them? What? From last November to March, the court papers say Mr. Rush asked for and received a significant quantity of foreign currency and tens of millions of dollars in gold bars for work-related expenses? What the fuck are they doing at the CIA? I think that... Do we have an inspector general at the CIA? What the fuck is happening? I don't get... There must be an explanation, but I don't know if it's a good one. Let me see. Oh, shit. Here we go. Office of Inspector General. What's your investigations? Can you show me what your investigations are? No. They don't have... What? Okay. All right, stop. Fucking hate you guys. Okay. Inspections, alleged fraud. Contact the OIG. There's literally... Okay, I went into the OIG for the Federal Reserve because I was looking for the, the audit that they're doing of the Federal Reserve building that Jerome Powell had asked for prior to Trump being such an asshole. So anyway, in the OIG on the Federal Reserve page, it is extensive and all of their ongoing investigations are listed. Okay, all of their... Hi, Josh. How are you, darling? Just popping in to say hi. Thank you so much, love. Good to see you. That's how they pay off sources, illegal activities, arms for drugs, Iranians for hostages. Yeah, I know. It is bad stuff. I just think we don't need a CIA anymore. Can I just say that? I think we should really, really, really think about that in the revolution. I'm gonna vote for that. I'm gonna vote for eliminating the CIA. I don't think you need multiple intelligence agencies, okay? And I don't need operatives necessarily. Let's try this a different way. Let's open our imagination. Okay. But there's nothing. Let me show you. I'm going to show you this. There's nothing. This is it. This is their page. Today's CIA. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's no list of anything. There's nothing. Okay, that's fucking bizarre. I'm sorry. Jeez. All right. Let's continue. A lawyer for Mr. Rush declined to comment. Oh, yeah. Okay, we already read all that. When the CIA conducted a review of where the gold and the currency were stashed, the agency was unable to locate the gold bars or significant amounts of foreign currency, according to court papers. On May 18th, FBI agents searched Mr. Rush's home and found approximately 303 gold bars, each of which weighed, it's a kilogram. So he got kilo bars, according to the affidavit. Based on the price of gold, the affidavit said the estimated value of the gold exceeded $40 million. Investigators also seized nearly 3 dozen luxury watches, many of them Rolexes. Why do you need more than one watch? Well, I mean, I have a couple watches, so I guess that's true. But okay. The court papers do not indicate why Mr. Rush appears to have kept so much gold and $2 million in U.S. currency in his home, or what work project would have required him to amass such wealth. Okay, thanks everybody. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to follow this one. Holy mazzoli. That's insanity. And government websites. Yep, Lee, me too. Yep, Lee, me too. Yeah, nothing nefarious about demanding payroll and gold bars. Yeah, what the fuck? I just don't think we need it, Sharon. I don't think we need the CIA. I think that the covert operations and all the shitty stuff that this country has done over the 250 years that it's been in existence, it's time to clean house. It's time to really get down to what is intelligence supposed to do and how is it supposed to help the world instead of harm the world. And, can we get away from covert shit and actually be a good partner in the world? Is that possible? I think it is. I was talking to my brothers when I was up north last week, and, we were talking about our dad. And I've said this before, but I used to kind of argue with my dad about humanity and the fact that he felt, even though he had been through war, he had been a prisoner of war in Germany. He had, been arrested for many times for protesting at like Lawrence Livermore Laboratories about nuclear development and weaponry, because he was he quit his job of 35 years because they turned from agricultural emphasis to military contracts, and he refused to work on military contracts. So he walked away from a career of being an agricultural engineer, right? And that kind of thing. So, we were talking about him, and I used to argue with him about just humanity being not capable, right, of not doing war or not trying to influence or take power over people, right? Let me just stop sharing this one. And no, that's not what I wanted to do. What? I want to do that. Okay. So we were talking about him, and I was saying, I have changed. Like over these years, what has happened is that I've become more like my dad, which, can be good and can be really bad. But but the good parts is that my dad really believed that war was shit. That was what he said specifically. And that there could be a world with no war. There could be. And I always would be like, "God, Dad, you're so like, Pollyanna and everything." But now I understand what he was saying. I really do. Because the only reason we're on this earth, I'm getting a little emotional. The only reason we're on this earth is to experience life, to love and be loved, right? And to experience all of those things that it is to be a human organism on this planet. And so, yes, it is possible. If we insist, it is possible that we can have a world without war, right? Like, I believe that is possible. And I believe that is my North Star. And that is something that I should always default to humanity. And that you just can't stop. You can't stop pushing for that. We have to be bolder, I think, certainly as a Democratic Party, if you want to call it that. I don't really consider myself anything anymore. Yeah, but how do we destabilize countries in our own and take all their shit? Yeah, that's it, Carla. That's it. Like, I believe we can. I first of all, I really believe in the youth. I believe young people will persevere, that they will find a way through this. I'm sorry, they are the ones who will carry a lot of the burden of it. And that's why it's imperative, I think, that boomers and Gen X, put everything they have into it. I mean, I think that's, something that makes sense and has to be. But I refuse to accept the fact that the division exists for anything other than disinformation. This entire division in this country is built on the disinformation and the lack of shared facts and the lack of trust in voices to be authoritative, in a subject and to help guide us. And that inclusion is key, and that diversity is real, right? Diversity is real. It's not something to be judged. Diversity is not to be judged. Diversity is what is. We are a diverse planet. And so the planet, hence everything we do, needs to really reflect, include, and be driven by different voices. And that for too long, and to this day in this country, and even maybe getting worse than when I was growing up, although, my perspective is not the perspective of other communities. So they may say, this is the same as it always was, right? This is the same as it always was. But at this point, I kind of lost where I was going. Damn it. Okay, let me think. I can't think of what I was going to say. Young folks don't get enough credit. I agree with that, except for from you, Lolo. Imagine being a young adult right now, living through the absolute shit show that this world is, and school people. Yeah, I just don't, that these young people are growing with such a different world, right, than I grew up in. I mean, my world was the 60s, the 70s, 80s, drank most of the 90s, so I don't really know. But no, I'm just kidding. I probably drank most of the 80s. But anyway, when I just think that, imagine Trump being a role model. Well, see, that's the point. I think, Macaroni, you've hit it. You've hit the nail on the head. Unfortunately, Trump made it okay to be all these things in the open light. Oh, shared values. Thank you so much, Lee. Trump has been the, what is that? The standard bearer, right? And so I can imagine in human development, if you have a proclivity towards racism or towards bigotry and, thinking people are less than you or whatever, not understanding why trans people need rights and all this stuff, wanting to control people's outcomes. All of those things have been reinforced by the members of the government. And so I'm sorry, I understand when you hear an authoritative voice, right, reinforcing what you believe, but all your life you were shunned for what you believe. Just imagine this, okay? You're a chud. You've had these bigoted thoughts all along, right? You grew up in a circumstance or whatever the case may be. If you grew up in that and you had to, be in normal society, you probably weren't as racist as you wanted to be at all times, right? Just as an extreme. You would have to censor yourself because in polite society, you don't say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like those things existed at some level in humanity. I'm making a generalization, but I'm just saying that from my perspective, it felt like those things were verboten. Like you didn't talk about that. You didn't say those things. You didn't, that they were harmful. But now you have a president and an administration who say, why are they so sensitive? Why can't you go ahead and fucking say whatever you want to say? They're just words. They love to say that. They're just words. Right? But you have the president of the United States telling you it's okay for you to be that way, to have those thoughts that those people are less than. He's said it. And in fact, his first act was really to remove diversity from existence in language in the government. And then, remarkably, to get large corporations to do the same fucking thing. And so now you have a country of a government and large corporations who both say diversity is stupid. When in fact, diversity just is. So that's why, for me, disinformation and the fact that shared facts do not exist and shared values of accepting everyone and that you are not more special than anyone, that to me, I know, breathe. You're right. I should breathe. That to me is where we are. And that's why, to me, disinformation was such an essential part of this. It was very important for this movement of whatever they are, MAGA, whatever, Republicans, I don't even know. Desire for control. The oppressed group. I don't know. They thought they were oppressed, kind of thing. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I don't have all the answers. I really don't. But I think I can start with some basic principles that everybody is valuable, that everyone has the right to the pursuit of happiness. And that what that means is that if you are a family with a trans child, that child can receive any medical care that they need in order to be the person who they are. Yeah, 100 years ago, we were wiping our asses with newspapers if we could find one. Maybe we progressed too fast. Well, I don't know, and I will say that apart from my father, I probably do have less faith in some components of society, and that's I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud. I wish I was more like my dad in that I was able, to not hate or not hate, but not look down on, like MAGA and stuff like that. I have a really hard time with people that are so bigoted and so hateful. It just really pains me. And so I do troll, from that standpoint, but that's how I cope. I don't know. So I believe the children are the future. I believe the children are the future. Da, 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 yeah, I don't think the masses were ready for the internet. And I don't know how you change that, because how would you have changed it? It would still have to be like, you're not going to have one person in charge of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, who can rule the internet? No one. It just exists. It's like diverse. It just exists. Anyway, I find it fascinating. I find the whole thing terribly, terribly fascinating. But I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't start labeling disinformation, we're in for a world of hurt. And the AI thing, I don't know. I hope, I mean, and here's the thing. And here's the other thing. It's not just our country developing AI. It's everyone. And the UN doesn't have any control over countries. So there's no one to say, hey, everybody, let's have some standards. Now, maybe in a perfect world, you would have world leaders getting together and agreeing to create standards. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, make being a nice person cool again. Shit, man, just chill. Just fucking chill. That's what I say. Just fucking chill. There are standards, bodies, and governing organizations related. Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is there's no muscle behind them to say, that for all countries that are developing these technologies, that they would adhere to these standards. Does that make sense? But I know there are standards bodies. I'm not saying there aren't. But are they the right ones? I mean, I just don't know. I'm not seeing the effects of any governing organizations. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just need to see some governing organizations in action. All right. We'll start the crowd noise. Oh boy. I don't know, kids. I mean, that's just my random thoughts. You would need a top-down sweeping authoritarian surveillance apparatus to enforce any standards. Well, there's another good point. This is where the makeover tour comes into play. Girl. Oh my God, we did talk about that, didn't we? Oh shit. That's right. Oh my God. Do not let Jen, Griffin, Lee, and I get together because we plan things. Like we already have the what Badger, why are you apologizing? I love you. You don't apologize for anything. TCP/IP works. Oh, Internet Protocol? Is that what that is? What is that? What is TCP/IP? I'm so embarrassed. I don't know. Oops, I read. Oh, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, is the foundational suite of communication rules that allow devices to connect. But does that do the? With that? Okay, I've got to look at that. There's a lot to it. This is more about how information goes between terminals, right? Basically, interacts directly with software applications, provide network services, protocols, HTTP, HTTPS. Okay. Maybe I'm also struggling with what. Yeah, baby. Maybe I'm also struggling with what the Pope was saying in his encyclical about development and who is making the models and what is the oversight. Is there possible oversight over who makes the models? Yes, it's like air traffic control. Thank you, Sharon. That's a great way to explain it. But I just wonder who controls the models, right? It's a set of standards that run the internet, but isn't that more from a technical standpoint than a content standpoint? Yes. Okay, Carla, you're in, actually. The internet proves the standard. I understand what you're saying, I think. I might have to think about it a little more. But yeah, actually, remember when we talked about the MAGA makeover tour? Just to switch gears a little bit. Well, it's going to come back too, because I'm really seriously considering getting an RV and going to certain places in the country. I still have that dream. And if you're not familiar with the concept, we had a concept a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, to do MAGA makeovers. And what it would be is me and a team of whatever, Yeah, Carla. It would be me and a couple people in an RV going to MAGA sites, and Lee had the brilliant idea of taking the RV to state fairs and content standards. That's what I was talking about. Like the motion pictures. I guess. Ooh. That's an interesting concept. All right, getting back to the MAGA makeover tour. So we go to, Trump land. We go to either a rally, which would be great, to be outside a rally, and basically convince MAGA women, I guess, or MAGA men, I could do either, and give them a makeover and have a positive interaction with a maggot. Yes. So that is what that's the concept. Is that you help people, because I have a lot of opinions on people's style, right? I always talk about gray suits and shit like that. I feel like I can really help. I feel like I have some good ideas about style. I think I have a little bit of style, not great style, but I think I have a little style for an old lady. And I think it would be fun. And my point would be more to connect with people, kind of like when Bob, the drag queen, did that show about where they went to the towns and then I can't remember what the name of that show was. It was really good. Yeah, explicit content warning. So I was thinking of that. I was thinking something like a MAGA makeover tour. But yeah, and so Jen and Lee and I have been kind of But we'll make we'll make it a real project, and then we can get more people involved. Carla, you definitely need to be in that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm really excited about the Caroline thing. I wonder.
Thank you.
I wonder if I can find the wig. Okay, let me find the wig.
I'm like 6'4" plus. Depends on how spiked up my hair is.
On just how real this is, how far along they believe it is, and of course, what exactly it is that the president himself.
All right, this is the. Hit them. I've been consumed with a plan by nonprofit to turn things around. Oh God, you know what? I should really help you, Carla, because I ran nonprofits and did fundraising for over 20 years. I would be happy to help you. We need to like get on a Zoom or something. Is that possible, you and I? Because I would love to help if I could be helpful to you. Remember, have the Hollywood hair guy for your show. Oh, Max, let me tell you, I'm planning this, and I would definitely reach out to him. We need a sponsor, so I'm going to figure out a sponsor. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Cooter and Uranus ahead. That's going to be on the side of the bus. Not that hard to do as long as you don't talk politics. Well, Val, but the thing is, yeah, Carla, can you send me an email? I know this is probably asking you to do a lot of hoops, so please, if there's too many hoops, don't even bother. But if you want to send me an email, I can send you back an email with a Zoom link, and then we could just get on for 20 minutes and like talk through what you're dealing with. And if I can be helpful, I will. But if hopefully I can. But I don't know. LOL, that's a pair. Yeah, totally. He's formally styled. No, listen, he would be perfect. Okay, he would be absolutely perfect. I have your shirts too, by the way, Max. I've got your shirts for him and you. He would be perfect. So yeah, I would think that. And I because I want to do a little makeup. I want to just like while we're doing the makeover, just like talk, just learn. Like maybe I become a human, and maybe I don't want to stay away from scary subjects, but I want to talk about, why are you here at the Trump rally? What is it about his policies that you know what I mean? Like just but do it in a gentle way and just have fun. Like try to be funny. Oh, thank you so much, Carla. I appreciate it. I know. Yeah, grades like Ray Charles and Kid Rock. Yeah. Oh, let's take a helicopter. No, I hate helicopters. I would never get in a helicopter. I fucking hate those things. They scare the hell out of me. They always crash. Kind of like for Gal to join. Oh, don't worry about that, man. I'll get the Gal squad all up in this. Okay, they're there. Don't you worry. Oh, we'll triage that mofo. Yeah, okay. I can get Gal to join. Absolutely. You're talking about your organization? Fuck yeah, we can. Gal was in an emergency. Yeah, she was. She's done a lot of relief. Like that's really how she got interested in all the corruption and shit that was happening, was by getting involved in COVID, COVID activity, COVID activism, and hurricanes and shit like that. So she has a ton of knowledge about that type of work. That's not something I was ever involved with. I was always in like education, after school, grief support, slavery, zoo. That was kind of an odd one. And then a high school. So I was kind of more in the youths. Well, it was a place frequented. Oh yeah, no, that is it. Max, that's it in Hollywood. It's still big. It's big. All right. Hey, Mrs. Beasley, are we a little late? Mrs. Beasley, do you have something you want to tell us? Are we a little late? Hey, girl, are we a little late today? We're taking a nice big poop in the back. We're taking a poop in the Oval Office executive washroom, are we, Mrs. Beasley? Let it all out. I look like Mrs. Beasley. Oh, my God. Oh, wait, I didn't show you the Caroline wig. Okay, wait, I'm going to show you the Caroline wig. Hold on. I got to fix it because it's a little bit too much. I mean, it's like a little all over the place. But I think it's more like her current hair, which she did change a little bit. Okay. I noticed these things, girl. I see you. I see you. Anyway, this is my cat laid on this, so I have to comb it out. But this is the concept. I don't think I'll put it on because it'll ruin my hair. But this is the Oops, let me get rid of Mrs. Beasley here. Hold on, Mrs. Beasley, you got to go. I'm sorry, girl. Okay. This is the Caroline wig. Here. It's pretty good. I mean, it might be actually a little more than her hair. I could probably cut it. But I think she has more layers now. I think she went for layers. Hi. I could put it on my head just a little bit. There. How about that? Oops, slipping off my head. I didn't really put it on. If you could tell. I'm sure you could tell. Can you get my other hair? Oh, I have to do that. Oh, there we go. Wait, where's... Oh, that's what I... Oh, wait. There you go. Yeah, Kid Rock could use a makeover. Okay, Mrs. Beasley. Boy, this must be quite a poop. Someone on the feed made scissor fingers right between you. AI. Fucking AI, Max. Fuck. Surrounded. We're totally surrounded. Delete that, I think. It's confusing me. Well, should I sing a song? Oh, should I practice my Oh my God! You know what I'm gonna do? This is you guys are my you're my friends. So I'm gonna let you into the writers' room a little bit here. Hold on.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh fuck!
Good.
Hi, Beasley.
I'd like to say it's a pleasure to be here today. This is my warm-up for my Senate and House hearings next week. So I don't want anyone yelling, reclaim my time.
Go fuck yourself.
Let's start out with Trump accounts. Trump accounts, I believe, are the most important benefit for young people since the GI Bill. Today, the app is now available on all major platforms, bringing the president's vision directly to American homes. Nearly 6 million American children have been signed up for Trump accounts, which will launch on July 4th. And I would encourage all of you to go to trumpaccount.gov to sign up. We had a historic tax filing season. We passed the largest tax cuts in American history. The average refund this filing season is nearly $3,300, an 11% increase from last year.
Oh, it's paid at 11%.
Very importantly, 62 million returns. 44% claimed at least one of the president's signature tax cuts. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. The reduced taxes on Social Security benefits. 85% of our seniors paid no taxes, and the auto deductibility on loans for American cars. And to remind everyone, Democrats, every Democrat voted against those.
This is not a political
programs.
Speech, you cunt.
We've had sustained and resilient GDP growth. Real GDP has risen 2.6% over the past 4 quarters. Atlanta Fed's GDP now predicts 3.8% for this.
Would that be Stephen Mirren's governorship? Is that Stephen Mirren, formerly of the Executive Council, Economic Council for the President? Is that who you're saying is projecting 3.8%? Really? You want me to believe that? Go fuck yourself.
Second quarter, the U.S. energy dominance, part of our resilience stems from our energy dominance. Natural gas is down, is my belief, and the futures market is showing us oil will be lower than pre-conflict levels. We are more resilient to energy price fluctuations due to President Trump's energy dominance and deregulatory agenda. The United States is now the world's largest energy exporter.
So are
the
we
United
a net
States
exporter?
has never exported so
our
much
own
energy
gas?
or produced so much energy. Main Street prosperity, the average.
Okay, listen, Besant, I want to know, If you're talking about gas, are we net exporting, which means we use all the gas we need and we export the rest of it? Is that it?
401k is up
This is the
almost
same fucking speech this guy gives
$30,000
every
since
time.
President
It's
Trump's
bullshit.
inauguration. President Trump RX has already saved Americans over $600 million.
basically good
I'm sure
RX.
all of you will want to report on that. And the unemployment rate
God, he's
remains
such a little
low at
bitch.
4.3%. So,
Why is he such a little
with
bitch?
that, I'm happy to ask some questions. I will mention 3 weeks ago, I got an honorary degree from the University of South Carolina. So if you really want to get a question, you can call me Dr. Besson.
Oh, fuck you.
So,
Fuck you.
I want to start with these Trump accounts. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of working class Americans that maybe don't have the financial expertise when it comes to stock markets and investing in general. In what ways are you guys simplifying this for all those Americans so that it's not just for one class of people, but all Americans can have it?
Well, that's a great question because 38% of Americans have no exposure to equities. They don't share in the great innovation, the machine that is the American economy, our great capital markets, which drives our prosperity.
I need to get Bob in here.
If your child is born during President Trump's administration, Treasury puts in $1,000 as a seed investment. We've also created 6 learning pods, so you can go online to the app that went up today and learn. And I think that this is going to be, I've been a big proponent of financial literacy, and I think this is going to be one of the greatest real-time financial literacy educations in history, because it won't be, there's a street in New York called Wall Street. This is what I don't really understand what happens there. American family is going to be able to look on their phone every day and see. And I think it's going to drive people to try to understand what they've got here. I think we're going to create a generation of shareholders. So, Ed?
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Secretary,
I thought it was
first,
cash.
Well, we're starting to see the
I thought it was
disruption
cash.
of the oil supply and
Is
the
it
food
gel
hormones
stock?
affect economic data. First, is there a deal on the table for a 60-day ceasefire to continue that? And then second,
I need to understand
how
that.
fast could inflation then recede or retreat, or is inflation sticky? Because the PCE was at a 3-year high.
Well, first of all, PCE today, month over month, was 0.2, which was, we're looking at decimal points, but the estimate was 0.3. So 1 month doesn't a trend make. And what we've seen is actually oil prices are down about 10% in May. There are almost 2,000 ships waiting to come out of the Gulf. And I think the oil market is going to be very well supplied on the other side of this, and that we could see prices come down very quickly. We saw the UAE leave OPEC. So I would expect on the other side of this that gasoline prices will follow.
On the table?
Sorry?
Is there an agreement with Iran on the table?
The teams have been going back and forth. And President Trump has made it very clear, he talked about it at the cabinet meeting, that he has several red lines. And Iran has to turn over their highly enriched uranium. They cannot pursue a nuclear weapon. And the Strait of Hormuz, back to your question on energy, has to free transit. Navigation of the seas has to be free and open as it was before. So he's not going to take a bad deal. He's going to make a great deal for the American people. So, Peter?
Thank you, Dr. Besson.
Yep.
How long until we see your signature next to President Trump's face on a $250 bill?
Well, again, as Treasury Secretary, I have 2 mandates for U.S. currency. At present, no living person can be on U.S. currency, and the currency must say, "In God we trust." So right now there is proposed legislation.
Oh, so you're going to kill him?
In front of the House, in front of the Senate, to change the first requirement so that a living person, Donald J. Trump, could be on a $250 bill. So it's all in the hands of the. It's all up on Capitol Hill. So at Treasury, we prepare things in advance. So we have prepared in advance that if the legislation is passed, but we will stick to the law.
And something that came up yesterday also at the cabinet meeting,
How about a
President
wooden
Trump
nickel?
said Oman will behave just like everybody else,
gonna put a
or we will
space on
have
a
to
wooden
blow
nickel.
them up. Are you guys back there in the West Wing making plans for a new war with Oman?
Again, I think the president wanted to punctuate freedom of navigation in the strait. I had a call with the Omani
Great.
ambassador
We have now
this
an
morning,
Omani
and he
problem.
assured me that there were no
Fabulous.
plans for tolling the strait. As he said, our countries have had
Good,
200 years of
Meowie.
good relations.
Good.
He wants to have another 200 more. And I told him that this was a non-starter, and he did not want to risk either the Omani individuals or Omani financial institutions getting sanctioned.
Dr. Becker.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Is it in the U.S. interest to waive some sanctions on Iran or to unfreeze some of their assets before Iran has made concrete promises about getting rid of their nuclear program?
Again, I'm not going to preview the deal, but I would think that the things would go very slowly in terms of that. So we'll see.
Self-inflicted wound.
Just to
Yeah, how
follow
about
up on that,
if you
because
some
it's our
impeachment
understanding
papers?
that the U.S. has committed to
Yeah.
discussing the matter of sanctions relief during this negotiation period. So just to be clear, is sanctions relief for Iran on the table?
Again, it is a multifaceted agreement, and nothing is going to be on the table until we see the Strait of Hormuz open and the Iranians agree that the...
Okay, well, that's breaking news, Beasley. Okay? That's breaking news. You're saying that there's no agreement until the strait is open. That's a very, very, very big if.
They have to turn over the highly enriched uranium, and that they can't have a nuclear program. And to be clear here, that this administration, President Trump, has done something that no other administration is able to do. We have gotten the Iranians to talk about their nuclear program and to perhaps commit to not having one. That has never happened before. It had been off the table.
That is bullshit. That is bullshit, Beasley. There was an entire conversation around JCPOA. Okay? You are a fucking liar. This man is going to go to hell. If there is a hell, he's going to go there. I cannot wait for his comeuppance. I cannot wait to see him cry and his lip quiver as he awaits his sentence for what he has done to the economy of this fucking country. Beasley, you're going down, bitch. You're going down in a big way. And guess what? Just like everybody else, you end up on the side of a wall. Congratulations. Oh, and by the way, they're probably going to nullify that marriage you have. So I don't know why you're so hot to trot when these guys. Yeah, Beasley's contradicting the MOU as confirmed earlier by the White House. Thank you. So which is it? Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. It's just bullshit. It's one big fucking bullshit.
So I think when you look at the results of the kinetic action of our economic pressure, it has worked
We
to bring them
lifted
to the
sanctions
table
on them.
and have a discussion on this.
Mr. Secretary, I just want to follow up. You said that the teams have been going back and forth, but can you confirm whether or not a tentative agreement has been reached in these negotiations with Iran?
Again, everything depends on what the president wants to do. And President Trump is not going to make a bad deal for the American people, for the U.S. And he was very clear at the cabinet meeting on the yesterday what he wants.
Secretary, Kara from Lindell TV. I'm sorry, did I steal his question? Because I'm not that person.
No, it's you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for taking my question, Kara from Lindell TV. I really wanted to get your thoughts on digital currency. A lot of our viewers are increasingly worried that digital currency could one day be used to track people's spending or limit personal freedom. What's your philosophy on that, and what safeguards is the Treasury and this administration putting in place to make sure new digital payment systems protect Americans' privacy and freedoms in the future?
Well, so this administration has been very clear. There will be no central bank digital currency, which I think would be the first step toward tracking. So we have taken that off the table. We've passed stablecoin legislation with bipartisan, and the Clarity Act is now up on the Hill, and I think it has bipartisan support. And the most important thing we can do is to make digital assets come into the United States, make the U.S. the home. Our regulation, our best practices are what will ensure good standards for these. When you look at digital assets, all the nonsense that happens, all the things you read about, that's because it's the wild, wild west offshore, so we got to bring it on shore. So I would encourage the House and the Senate to get clarity done. Jack?
Whoa, what was that?
A lot of people talking about the IRS settlement, and which has been rolled over now into this weaponization fund over at DOJ. Wanted to get your comment on the decision process, as much as you can tell, how that settlement came to be, how it was rolled over to DOJ, and then the process for those funds now as it's played out.
Good. So thank you for the question. This is going to be the only question I'll take on this matter today. So there's ongoing litigation, so it'd be inappropriate for me to comment. President Trump is a great American who has endured more than 10 years of nonstop harassment
he's
and
a criminal.
weaponization
He's
from
also a
federal and
criminal.
state government actors. A bad actor at the IRS leaked more than
And he got in
400,000
trouble
tax
for it,
returns,
so it's
including
done.
the Trump family, all the employees, and that's how we
All
got
the
here
employees,
now.
it's
No
a very-
American
it's
should
the
be
Trump
targeted
family,
for political
okay? And
reasons,
like
and
three
every
other
citizen
people.
deserves fair treatment
That's
and
literally
full
what the
protection
Trump
of the law.
company is.
The Department of Justice represented Treasury and the IRS in this matter, and I'm going to have to refer any questions to Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
Wow. You just
So,
don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, thanks. So President Trump has said that we can expect interest rates to come down very quickly. A number of times did that last week. But the market at the moment probably does not expect any rate cuts this year, and so on. So who is
Might have
right,
gotten-
the president
Oh,
or
I lost my
the
connection
market?
for a minute. Sorry.
Well, I think, again, I believe that we will get through this challenging period now. On.
Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hold on. Sorry. Something happened.
Week, I had my first breakfast
What the
with Chair
fuck?
Warsh this morning,
Damn it.
and I believe that he will do the right thing to balance inflation and growth.
Sorry.
Secretary, thank you, Secretary Besson. I hope you were calling on me.
Yes.
So I'd like to ask you if you could provide a little more detail on what you're doing to shut down Iran's airlines, and also on sanctions relief. A senior administration official briefed reporters over the weekend that sanctions relief will be commensurate with nuclear concessions. But at some point, if the enriched uranium is given up, should we expect pallets of cash to be flown to Iran? Could you describe how that looks?
Well, a couple of things. On the airlines, one thing that we're not going to do is restrict movement for religious reasons. So Iranians who want to make the pilgrimage to Mecca or Medina will be allowed. We will also allow valid humanitarian reasons. But the other thing we can do is that when these airlines fly, they have to be refueled. They sell tickets. They pay landing fees. Anyone who accepts those, we will sanction. So they should be very clear that the state-owned Iranian airlines, they are outlaws and cannot do this.
Secretary. Wait. So who's gonna fight? Who's gonna fly them to their pilgrimage? If it's not Iranian Airlines, I'm confused. Are we gonna let? I'm very confused. You guys, what are you talking about? Oomph and Badger. What did you guys watch that was bad? Newark. The hymn torches keep running through my mind. Oh, so they didn't want to call Jill Biden doctor when she had a real earned PhD, but this asswipe is okay. Yeah, macaroni.
since you're the White House briefer today, I know you've been asked this already, but I'm wondering if you can just confirm on the record that there is a tentative deal that has been agreed for a 60-day extension of the ceasefire and then a continuation of nuclear talks.
Again, it's always a mistake to get out ahead of the president, so it is all going to be the president's decision. I think that we can see that the president very clearly stated out,
they are bad.
The open the strait, highly enriched
Walked through
uranium,
that last
no
night.
nuclear program. So
Are those things part of the temporary deal right now, sir? Are those three aspects that you just outlined part of the temporary deal that has been agreed?
But if there can be no deal without those, why would there be a deal without those?
Mr. Secretary, thanks so much for taking the time. President Trump at the cabinet meeting said he thought that reducing fraud would help to balance the budget. You put out the goal of getting the deficit to 3% of GDP. What's your timeline for achieving that? And how do you think what can you say to make the markets, given where rates are, like kind of process kind of what your plan and agenda is?
Well, the GAO numbers, not my numbers, believe that there's about $500 billion a year of fraud. So could we very quickly get $250 billion of that? The budget deficit is approximately $1.8 trillion. So that would reduce the deficit substantially. If we could get that $500 billion number, I think it would engender confidence. You'd probably also go into a virtuous cycle as the budget deficit narrowed, the interest rates.
Okay, I get the game. I get it. I get it. So
would go down. No one reports a deal without those. Why would there be a deal without
wait, I want to hear
those?
this again.
Mr. Secretary, thanks so much for taking the time. President Trump at the cabinet meeting said he thought that reducing fraud would help to balance the budget.
So that's what this game is. Yeah, where did it come from? JD Vance's ass. Probably the left side. Yeah, they don't know. First of all, the fraud that they found was found by the states. Okay, the big case that they had in California, that was the state AG, who's a Democrat. All right. Now, here's what I think. This whole fraud thing is the way they want to attack the fact that they are spending too much on their own folly. Thank you. Yeah, I was watching those last night too. I didn't see the chat because I closed the chat. But it was, it's absolutely horrific what's happening there. But that's it. Yes, Pep, to help, because the first of all, the national debt is out of control. It's like $39 trillion now. It's gone up so high in the last year and a half. So where is he spending money if he cut all this money from the government? Why is the deficit so high if he cut all this money from government, right? So they know that the deficit is going to spiral out of control. This bitch knows exactly what's going to happen. And so the boondoggle on finding fraud is not only a monetary piece to say, we're not going to send the states as much money, because that's what I think the end game is to end supporting or subsidizing states on their whatever, right? They don't want to help. They don't want to do service people. They don't want to do services like that. This guy doesn't want that. So if they basically disembowel the safety net by claiming fraud and stopping payments, that means their numbers maybe aren't hit as hard as they're going to be. Now, I don't think this guy knows exactly how bad he fucked the economy yet. I don't think he actually understands it, because I think he's still got his head up somebody's ass. But I think because they don't really give a shit about the economy, I think this is just a way to take money that is being sent out to states so that whatever they do to the economy, they can kind of stretch out, you know? They can stretch it out. And maybe it won't look so bad. But that's what, I mean, I know the fraud is also just to get states to, fucking bow down. I understand that. I get it. They're trying to get the voter list. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. They're trying to make states bow to their whims. So it's all of that. But there is an economic piece to this because I think this bitch knows exactly what he's done to the economy. And I think he has to do anything he can to start mitigating that because guess what? They're still making refunds. I don't know, Lee, if you're still here, are the refunds still going out for the tariffs? Because that's $100 and some odd billion right there. You see what I'm saying? It's just my thought. I could be wrong.
Put out the goal of getting the deficit to 3% of GDP. What's your timeline for achieving that? And how do you think what can you say to make the markets, given where rates are, like kind of process kind of what your plan and agenda is?
Well, the GAO numbers, not my numbers, believe that there's about $500 billion a year of fraud. So could we very quickly get $250 billion of that? The budget deficit is approximately $1.8 trillion. So that would reduce the deficit substantially. If we could get that $500 billion number, I think it would engender confidence. You'd probably also go into a virtuous cycle. As the budget deficit narrowed, interest rates would go down. No one reports it, but last year we actually had a fiscal contraction. Just to remind everyone, we inherited the worst budget deficit in history when we were not in a recession or not at war.
Okay, bitch.
We brought that down to about 5.5 or 5.4% this year.
That money's going out.
We stay on a good trajectory.
Because also remember that part of the big ugly fucking bill is that corporations that are right now destroying the environment with their big mega data centers and anything else they want to build are going to expense that at 100% in 1 year. So guess what? The tax revenue from corporations for whatever it was is also going to disappear, people. Okay? Do we get this yet? They're literally trying to they are literally trying to just fuck the economy as hard as possible, get interest rates down so they can bail everybody out. All their buddies.
Mr. Secretary, without an executive order, does the U.S. government have adequate defenses?
Slumpo combating fraud. It's just ironic, isn't it?
Place to address the risk created by Anthropic's new AI models?
We have great collaboration between all of the labs that have the large language models, but between the U.S. government and the labs. So,
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Is me? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Appreciate it. First, did you speak with the president before this briefing? Did he show any willingness to this 60-day ceasefire?
I haven't seen the president today.
And then I just want to follow up. When can Americans, the average American, and can the U.S. economy work for the average American without a deal with Iran?
Again, I believe we've already seen oil prices come down substantially.
They were
are pumping more oil than we've ever.
You stupid cunt. They were $58 a barrel in January 2026. 58, $60 a barrel, maybe 65. They're at 95. And that's down because of a war we started and we can't get out of.
Seen before, and as I said, these are short-term challenges that we will get over, and I think we'll move forward. So, in the white,
Mr. Secretary, just to follow up.
No, in the white.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Appreciate it. Given
right,
how
I have
much
to,
this upcoming midterm election will hinge on the economy, what did you think about President Trump's comments in the cabinet meeting yesterday saying he didn't care about the midterms?
So you're calling President Trump a statesman?
That's a good question.
You're saying that he is taking a statesman-like position, that he has a core belief, and he believes that the most important thing is for Iran never to have a nuclear weapon. So I believe those things can be true, that we can do well in the midterms, that we perhaps have the makings of a deal here, and I believe that, and look, the economy, that it is challenging now, but unemployment is still low, tax refunds were high, and consumer spending is still quite high. So in my private business over the years, I always looked at what were consumers doing, not what they were saying. And I'm in constant contact with the banks, and every income quintile is still doing well.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. On the $250 bill, Mr. Secretary, you said the legalities of it are up on Capitol Hill, but I just wonder what your opinion is personally. Do you think it's a good idea for the president to put his face on America?
Again, the president doesn't do it. The House and the Senate have to do it.
Secretary Bessa, what are the remaining assurances that President Trump needs to see in order for him to sign off on the agreement with Iran?
I don't think it could be clear.
You're following in the footsteps at the podium there of Secretary Rubio and Vice President Vance. There's been quite a lot of talk about their possible presidential ambitions. Does your presence here today indicate that we might see you running in 2020?
No, I think it just means they've run out of things on the food chain.
There's been some back and forth over the last several days, and also with the U.S. attacking Iranian drones yesterday. This morning, CENTCOM put out a statement that Iran had launched its ballistic missile towards Kuwait, calling it an egregious ceasefire violation. How can the administration still argue that a ceasefire is in effect?
Again, with the Iranian government, we did not have regime change, but we changed the regime. As President Trump said at the cabinet meeting, as we've said other times.
Oh, wow, bitch. Wow. That's fucking ballsy. That is a ballsy fucking move. Trying to convince us that what we're looking at, don't believe your lying eyes. Trying to convince us that what we're looking at isn't happening. You fucking Orwellian piece of shit. Fuck.
The first layer of leadership was eliminated, the second layer, and we're now at the third layer. And the way to think about it is the Iranian government, such as it is three pillars. It is the elected government, it is the IRGC, and it is the clerics. And they are having trouble communicating. So we are being patient. We do not have unlimited patience. President Trump always prefers a peace deal. So everything we have done thus far has been defensive. And at present, that is what we will continue doing. But if President Trump doesn't think he can get a peace deal, then Connecticut is back.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Are you hopeful that the oil prices will go down once this conflict is over, given the fact that the Strait of Hormuz remain closed, and by the time this oil gets to the major markets, could be 2 or 3 months?
Again,
thank you, sir.
We see that the market, I believe, is very well supplied right now. The market seems to be going into balance for itself. So I think that as the strait opens up, we're going to see this burst of ships. It was
always
come
$95
out. So, we may
a barrel, idiots.
How quickly can it be refined? How
was
quickly can it
get
to its destination?
Thank you so much, Alina Shirazi from the Daily Mail. You wrote resilience on your cabinet note meetings. Several times the photographer zoomed into it. Are you trying to keep the president calm? Are you trying to keep yourself calm? Why did you write all those notes?
So people can look over my shoulder, photograph them, and think they got a scoop. So,
Is the United States considering a reconstruction program for Iran if a deal is signed?
Again, I think we got to get to the deal before we get to the other side. Before we get to you in the pink.
In the red?
No, in the pink.
In the pink, thank you. Cristina Londoño with Telemundo Network.
Mr. Secretary, how effective do you believe the current Treasury restrictions have been in pressuring the Cuban government? And also, if you're in the room when those talks are being held, are there any plans to either tighten the sanctions or to ease the sanctions against the Cuban government to get some type of change?
Again, that's going to be up to the Cuban government. That they can go up, they can go down. That we've tried to get humanitarian aid in, and the regime rejected it. So because they wanted to go through their corrupt system. So they could go up, they could go down. It's carrot and stick. Secretary Rubio doing a fantastic job of managing this process, and we at Treasury are working with him. So, in the red.
Thank you. Reagan Reese with the Daily Caller. I want to ask you about Antifa. In October, the Treasury Department started working with the FBI to investigate who's funding Antifa. Can you give us on that investigation? How close are you guys to finding out who's funding Antifa?
It is ongoing. We made substantial progress, and I think in the weeks and months ahead, we're going to have a lot to report.
Hey, there's 13 viewers.
One thing
Share
that did go
stream.
underreported that I would point out to all of you is the IRS is now giving guidance on the Form 990, which nonprofits they have to file. And we are going to encourage or demand that nonprofits know their grant recipients.
Okay.
So if a grant
listen, you motherfucking cunt. Let me tell you fucking first how grants work. Grants are given to organizations that you have MOUs with, contracts, whatever. I know intimately the work of the agencies. If I'm a pass-through, which I was when it comes to like anti-slavery, okay, listen, God damn it. We already fucking know the organizations we give to. We already fucking know the organizations we partner with. There's entire processes around that. Nonprofits aren't just a bunch of fucking hippies sitting around deciding to do good shit. They actually fucking plan their shit. Okay, we act like a business. That's what nonprofits do, okay? We know exactly who the grant recipients are. We know their work. We're working alongside them. We evaluate their work. And we have to report it. If it's one of your grants, motherfucker, we report it back to you on a quarterly basis. And what you do is reimburse us. You don't give the money up front, you stupid cunt. Oh my God. This is disinformation. I am so fucking done. They are going to ruin nonprofits who are already hanging on by a motherfucking thread. Believe me, I know. I worked in small nonprofits. I worked when we didn't have any money. I know what I do. I know who my customer is. They're going to start going after small nonprofits and community-based nonprofits and shut them the fuck down. Mutual aid. They're going to come after mutual aid. They're going to come after all of those things. And I'm fucking sick of it. They've already cut the funding. Community Development Block Grants, the CDBG program, was a very important program for small nonprofits because what would happen is your city government or your state and then your city or your county would get these grant blocks. You would apply for a part of that grant block and then you would get that money and you would use it. You know, like those were things. They cut that program, like I think in half or something. This regime is actively engaging in trying to ruin our communities and make us enemies. They are the division. They are the division. They are the dividers. Oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of this disinformation about grant making and how it works and nonprofits and how they work. Are there bad nonprofits? Fuck yeah, there are. And you know what you do? You look at their 990s. What do I do when I'm looking at a nonprofit? I go to their 990 first. I want to see what their top executives are paid. I want to see what grants they've made. I want to see the proportion of grants made to operating expenses. I want to see all of those things. I want to see if they're operating in the plus, if they have any reserves. I know how to evaluate a fucking nonprofit. And there's plenty of data out there to, to evaluate them. This is a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt. This is a modern day fucking witch trial.
Recipient is violent.
I can't wait for this guy
if
gets
they are suppressing people's rights, then you are responsible for that. And I think that's a very good first step.
There's new government data that shows that Americans are now saving a smaller share of their incomes than at any time over the past 4 years. Are you seeing signs that American households are dipping into their savings to pay for the higher costs of things like gas and groceries? And does data like that concern you right now?
Well, so a lower academic literature would tell you a lower savings rate can mean one of two things.
Oh, fuck you.
The kind of the doomer view that you took, or that people have more confidence, or it could be something else, because for instance, stock market gains or 401k gains might not show up in savings, so they're looking at that, think that they can draw down their household savings.
You're obviously concerned about the risks posed by advanced AI models like Mythos to critical infrastructure. The financial sector is concerned as well. What types of changes are being considered to the AI executive order so it can pass? And do you believe that an AI executive order needs to include the pre-public access for government?
Again, we're working very closely with the large language labs. They've been excellent partners, and we are going to get a solution that solves for the maximum calculus. What we want to do, the U.S. is the AI leader in the world. We're an AI superpower. China is second.
Okay.
They are trailing substantially.
Measuring that.
We want to make sure
the
that
AI
we keep
awards.
that lead. So we are working on the exact calculus between innovation and safety.
401k
and
gains is
we
a
want
definite
to
sign of desperation.
optimize for that.
No!
So you in the glasses?
I know.
In the glasses. No, you don't have glasses on. You in the glasses.
Thank you for taking my question. There was a report this morning that Justice Alito's son is working in your department. Can you confirm that that's the case? And if so, do you believe that that means that he should be, that the justice should recuse himself from cases that involve your department?
I am sure that Mr. Alito follows all legal and ethical guidelines, and I can assure you that at Treasury we follow all the legal and ethical guidelines.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Just to follow what you said about the
Well, you didn't call me doctor, so I only get one.
Well, I'll shoot for two. You said that it's up to Congress. The president's face is on a $250 bill, but it is actually the Washington Post that's reporting 2 political appointees from the Treasury Department who have asked agencies to be ready to do that. Do you think politically it's a good idea to put his face on a $250 bill when people are struggling to afford gas and groceries?
I don't really understand this Washington Post article. That who hears from the Post? Yep. Terribly written, terribly edited. Because basically what it says is that Treasury is following the law, and that we've created the bill, and that it's up to Congress, but that we follow the bill and it's up to. I didn't really understand what the story was.
So really,
but anyway,
you said, you stupid ass.
In that, 2 of your political appointees?
Yeah, of course, but we prepare for everything if it gets passed. Just like we were ready 6 months in advance for the one big beautiful bill for tax guidance. So we have to prepare in advance. You can't draw something up the day before.
Politically, do you think it's a good idea though when people are struggling to afford gas and groceries?
Look, I think it has. I think that it's bifurcated.
Oh.
That do you think we should have a 250th anniversary, the celebration?
Well, that's happening anyway, but putting the
But
president's face on a $250 bill
no,
is a choice.
But Caitlin, it's not happening anyway.
Yes, it
it's happening
is!
because it's being funded by private citizens, by the federal government, by state governments, by municipal governments to celebrate our country. And I don't think that there's anything untoward about having the President of the United States, the person who was President of the United States, on the 250th anniversary bill.
My second question on
No,
Russia.
no.
On Russia sanctions, what you just commented on there, Mr. Secretary, about the $1.8 billion fund. Is it accurate that the General Counsel of the Treasury Department resigned over that?
I will not be taking any other questions, I will not be taking any other questions.
Wall Street over here.
So,
Oh, Caitlin,
of the
do it.
assault from Russia on Kyiv in recent days, and the fact that diplomacy seems to have settled down. There is no diplomatic talks happening right now between Russia, Ukraine, or the U.S. What about sanctions? Is the U.S. considering sanctions on Russia at this time?
well,
Okay,
the
he's gonna pay.
U.S., this administration
Okay,
has put the
regardless
hardest
of how we
sanctions
feel.
on Russia of any country. So let's review how the sanctions regime has gone since the Russian action on Ukraine. Biden administration put on what I would call mild sanctions because they were worried about gasoline prices going up into an election. It would be an unstatesmanlike sanctions. Probably the worst national security.
That was February of 2022. Okay. Midterms, yeah, but no. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You know why I think that weren't the sanctions held up too by the Senate? Don't I recall that there was some congressional interference in doing harsher sanctions? I don't know. I feel like I have some memory of that.
Advisor in the history of the country, Jake Sullivan, in an act of bravery on his way out the door in January, they raised the sanction level on behalf of the Trump administration. We let those in situ when we took office. Fast forward to October, and President Trump instructed me to sanction the two largest Russian oil companies,
There's no editing of that.
and Rosneft, which we did. No other government has done that. So no one has done more sanctions than the Trump administration on Russian oil. Here, who wants to own this? Gray hair. No, gray hair. No, you don't have gray hair. Well, maybe you do.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. When you had breakfast this morning with Fed Chair, did you request that the Fed lower interest rates?
I had breakfast with Chair Powell 41 times, and I never did that. Last question.
Thanks, sir. Governor Gavin Newsom has floated this idea of a 100% state tax
Yeah!
on Californians who
Fuck
receive
yeah!
money from President Trump's
fuck
anti-weaponization
you,
fund.
Jay
Your
Spencer.
response to the governor's call for 100% tax?
There's no cure for stupid.
Mr.
Okay. Thank you all.
Stupid. Oh my God. Look at all these stupid little imps behind him, too. Fucking dicks. Dick suckers. Fucking hate it. Oh my God. All right, wait. Is this sharing? Stop. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to make myself really big. Scary. After watching this guy, I'm going to have to find some maggots to cuss. I know, right? Macaroni? Jesus. Back for a few, some crazy press briefing. I mean, that was really yeah, but there is this is it. But there is a cure for crime. Everybody ends up on a wall, yeah, indeed. Oh, everybody ends up on a wall. Do bad deeds and take the fall because everybody ends up on a wall. I mean, no, not really bad take. No, it's not a bad take at all. Are you kidding me? It's a fabulous take. Oh, everyone ends up on a wall. Yes, indeed. Everyone ends up on a wall. Do bad shit and take the fall, which you will, Beasley. Because everyone ends up on a wall. We know where they are. Yeah, exactly. Oh, everyone up on a wall. For dump, they'll take the fall. Listen, this man is standing up there and speaking on behalf of a credibly alleged child rapist. Okay? I just think that is a showstopper. That's what we call, back in my corporate days, we always thought about what was a showstopper. Well, this is a showstopper. When you are simping for a fucking credibly alleged child rapist. Yeah, we need the language encyclical and the music for our time. Yeah, we do. We need more protest songs. I think. I'm not really good at writing, like, I can't write music. I mean, I can make it up in my head, but it usually sounds like the same song over and over again. Like that. Everyone ends up on a wall. Yes, indeed. Oh, everyone ends up on a wall. Ooh. Crimes against humanity. Look it up. Anyway. Oh my God, I don't want to leave because it was so much fun. I'm having so much fun. But I should probably go. I should probably let you go. It's 3 hours now I've taken you. Too long, too pithy. Yeah, it'd be hard to turn that into a song, wouldn't it? You know, there is some really, and actually, Jane, that's a good point, because there were some lines in that encyclical, because now I need to read more of that. But there really were some statements in that encyclical, in the English translation anyway, that I thought were very compelling. Very, very, very compelling. And really nice. Yeah, pick your favorite paragraph and give it a shot. Yeah, I think I might just do that. But there are some good statements in there that I think are, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But actually, let me tell you, okay, because I trust you guys so much and it's such an intimate audience. I will share with you the draft script for Caroline Goes to a Protest. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay. So, oops. Oh, no, that's bad. Hold on. Come back. There we go. Oops. Oh, fucking poo-poo head. Okay, so this is what I have. So, okay, let me tell you the concept of Caroline Goes to a Protest. Okay. I start highlighting the source text, then harvesting phrases. Ah, yes. Thank you, Oomph. Oh, your songs, when you put shit together on the, like, songs that have like the, like from the different documents, I fucking love those. I really think those are great. I really do. I think those are really great. Let me share with you the script that I have so far, because actually, it's probably be good. Hey, what's going on? Why isn't it letting me share? Oops. Page unresponsive. Oh no, we're going to be responsive. Let's be responsive. Am I? Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. Why is it doing this? This is so weird. Is it sharing the screen? No, it's not. Okay, wait. Hold on. Oops. Oh man, everything's going crazy. Everything's going crazy. Why is it going crazy? Okay, well, this is, why is it sharing twice? I don't need it to share twice. Okay. Oh my God. Lolo learns software. Hi. Okay, fine. This is fine. Okay, all right, I get it. All right, let me make this bigger, and then I want to show you. Hold on. I guess I have to do it this way. Okay, Caroline Goes to a Protest. No, it is, well, no. Okay, so what the concept is that I'm doing this Caroline thing is I have a script, and I'm going to have Bobo film it like it's a PSA. I could sell souvenir Pope Popecella. Popecella. Could be the next Hamilton, yeah, but it's not. No, this is just what I'm starting with is I am thinking about doing a PSA. Okay, so let me read this to you, and then you guys can give me notes on it. Burger King could have a special meal with a new hat. Hi, I'm Carolyn Levitt, and I came back from maternity leave to encourage you to join DHS today. And then I have a baby. Well, I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, the baby is nearby. That's that baby. Shut up, little Donnie. Waiting for that trader pay via the slush fund. I mean, anti-weaponization crybaby fund. Been replaced by one of Elon's baby mamas. Can't afford gas? Well, you won't if you work for us either. But hey, you might get chicks in your new cool uniform. And then an announcer, chicks not guaranteed. In fact, you will be an anathema. I didn't spell that right. To the entire neighborhood, and your family will wonder why when you became a full Nazi. We give you a gun, a gas canister, and a girdle. You don't want to be called fat, do you? Haha, kidding. You're just fluffy. As part of DHS, you're on the front lines of saving children. And by saving, I mean those shackles are for their own safety during flight. And just ignore the multiple allegations over a number of years of credibly alleged child rape. He was an informant. I mean, he was helping. I mean, he wanted to. Well, never mind. And Howard Nutlicker told you he never did. But between you and me, I think he did. Anyways, you'll also get a mask. And even though during COVID, you definitely told Trump to shove the mask up his anus, you'll gladly put one on now so you can still go to the Hooters in peace. Well, gotta go. But today is the day to be heap and get back at all those you got at 70. Is that funny? Is it funny? Because here's my vision. Okay, here's my vision. Let me stop sharing. Here's my vision. My vision is that Caroline is filming this PSA, hopefully in front of a line of DHS agents who are at the LA detention center. The outfit will be everything. Anyway, so that's what I was thinking. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know. I'm not getting a lot of love from the chat. You like it? Okay, thanks, Jane. I don't know. I mean, this is just the first run of the script, so I'll work on it. You think it's great? Thank you. I'm really happy. Why am I so insane? This is what I do. This is my brain. Oh boy, any wonder I'm single. I think there's so much evidence as to why I'm single. Because nobody would want to put up with this all the time. I meant Hamilton, Ontario. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, I promise. And of course, I have the beautiful Bobo, so I'm excited about it too. Thanks, Meowing Star. I appreciate it. Anyway, I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm just goofy. I can't really this is how I outlet. This is my outlet. Okay. Humor is my outlet. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate that sober encouragement. Sounds promising. Hamilton isn't that bad. It has some nice Niagara escarpment and view. What? Hamilton, Ontario. I thought you meant the musical. I really don't like Hamilton, the musical. Can I be spicy for a minute? I just didn't enjoy that musical. I listened to the songs and I'm like, these are kind of dumb. I can't really sing them. Spent lots of time in the port in Hamilton. Oh, yes, Lee. It's going to look amazing. Thank you, J. It's okay, sweetie. You're going to be great. And it'll be funny. I promise. I'll make it funny. I'll try. Yeah, thanks, Badge. Anyway, I should go. I love you guys so much. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be back. I'll probably be back tomorrow morning. Got to try your I know. I have kind of thick lips, so I can't do the thin lip. I have to think about my makeup too. I don't know who Hamilton was. You know what, Jane? I don't really. Oh, Alexander Hamilton? I don't know. I don't really know who he is. I mean, I probably should because I care about history, but I just can't. You can't know who everybody is, right, Jane? You can't know who everybody is. That's just not the way life is. Oh my God, my eyes look really tired. I'm not really tired. I need a facelift. Needle makes to. I don't even know what that means, Jane. You know what though? Oh, speaking of which, did everybody look at the movie list that I put out on Discord for Saturday night movies? Those were just some ideas. I don't know. I'll have to check Discord to see if people commented and see if GP in particular looked at it. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Sharon. It really was great to be back with everyone. Jeff Curry. God damn you. Jeff. Thank you, Sharon Brown. I'm just not a Hamilton musical fan. Oh my God. I want to be. Yes, Caroline's. Oh, that's the makeup, huh? I could just go as natural and then I'd have all those wrinkles. No, I'm kidding. Oh my God. I want to add an Elvira movie to the list. Oh, please do. Please do. I love Elvira. I know her cousin randomly. I don't know why, but I do. I know her cousin. Jeff is so great. Oh, Jeff, I love you. No, I'm going to go, Jeff. It's 3.5 hours. I'm already going to go. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Elvira's good. Oh, I would love to. I mean, that's a great idea. All right, I'm going to look for some Elvira. You add your movies. I'm going to look and make sure that they're in. Yes, I think we're going to get an Elvira movie as our second feature. Let me look at that and find one. You missed some because of appointments, but I'm going to rewatch. Oh, you're such a love. You're such a love, Jay. That is such an honor when people watch my show. God, I really can't. I don't know who Sonia Hamilton is. Not really sure. Is she a skater? Sounds like a skater name. So, all right, we'll take a look. And so, go to the Discord and check out a movie list and make your votes or add your suggestions for Saturday movies, and we'll start building the calendar. But we do have movies this Saturday. They will be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, everything in between and outside of that. I'll be live tomorrow morning, probably at 8:30. I'll have to check with Bobo, just make sure the schedule works. I will be live tomorrow night for trivia. You suggested a few in the movie ideas. Fuck yeah, that's great. That's right. We're popemaxxing over here. I need a Pope hat. I should get a Pope hat. I'll get a Pope hat. All right. Love you guys. Really, have the best day ever. Happy Thursday. And I will see you, God willing, tomorrow morning, bright and girly. All right. I love you guys. Bye. Where is it? See, we have to get used to all this stuff. Okay.